following is a presentation of Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One.
Shotgun to Allen, on 3rd and 11, racing out to the right, throws across his body, caught by Kincaid to 10, heads upfield 5, touchdown Bills! Allen rolled out to his right, and Kincaid came with him across the field, and the Bills go back in front, 16-10, with 2:40 to go in the second. Stick on first down will float it down the left sideline, it's caught! Palmer on the run at midfield, and nobody's going to catch him. Joshua Palmer goes 79 yards for the touchdown. Easton Stick's first touchdown pass is a big one, and the Chargers are on the board.
Now, let's head to the stadium and join Ryan Radke and Hall of Famer James Lofton.
We welcome you to SoFi Stadium for part 2 of our special Saturday NFL doubleheader as the Los Angeles Chargers host the Buffalo Bills. Tonight's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood One is sponsored by AutoZone, by Crest Toothpaste, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by Hulu Plus Live TV, by Navy Federal Credit Union, and by NFL.com. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Game 2 of our special Saturday NFL doubleheader here on Westwood One. In Game 1, the Pittsburgh Steelers took care of the Cincinnati Bengals 34-11. More on that later, but right now, time for the Bills and the Chargers. And along with Hall of Famer James Lofton, I'm Ryan Radke. Jason Horowitz will join us shortly from our Westwood One studios. Big game here tonight for the visitors from Western New York. It was just a few short weeks ago that the Bills looked dead and buried, but suddenly they've won 3 of 4. They have vaulted themselves back into playoff consideration. A win tonight, and Buffalo remains very much alive, not just for a playoff spot, but they still have a chance to win the NFC East. And James, it was Mark Twain who once said that reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Might as well have been Sean McDermott and Josh Allen because the Bills are alive and well.
It is very true, and I've always been curious about the term, the home team hosts the visiting team, because during the holiday season, if I'm hosting something and I'm inviting people over, I'm going to make sure I have the proper food for them to eat, the beverages that they like. I'm going to try and make them as comfortable as possible. I don't think the Chargers had that in mind when the Buffalo Bills are coming in town to play against them.
No, they would like to make things as bad as they can on the Bills tonight, but for that to happen, the Chargers, James, are going to have a massive turnaround because things have not been rosy for them. They've lost 5 of 6. They dismissed their head coach Brandon Staley, their GM Tom Telesco, after a disastrous game last week against the Raiders. Justin Herbert out for the year. Keenan Allen is not going to play tonight, maybe done for the season. What do you expect from this Charger team tonight?
You know, you expect them to have their best effort that they can put forth. There are a lot of distractions, like you mentioned. Tom Telesco, the general manager, also gone in his 11th year. So every player on this roster was brought in under Tom Telesco. And you talk about Brandon Staley. So there's a commitment that you have to these people as a player. And I think that once those get broken, it's really hard to kind of move forward. Team has had a couple extra days because they played on Thursday, and they suffered their worst loss to the Raiders in team history after Raiders scoring a number of low points the week before. It's just been, I think, a shameful effort for them so far, and they don't want to put that same type of effort back out on the field in this ball game.
Let's check the weather report sponsored by Prize Picks. Make this game even more exciting with Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Sign up now and make your picks right up to the 4th quarter. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions. Perfect conditions, partly cloudy, 63 degrees under the canopy here at SoFi Stadium. Game 2 of our special Saturday doubleheader between the Bills and Chargers is on the way. But when we return, Jason Horowitz joins us from our studios. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Michael Fabiano here, and if you want even more excitement on game day, it's time to get on Prize Picks, the best way to win big on fantasy sports. Here's how it works. Just pick 2 to 6 players and choose more or less on their stats. If you get them right, you can win up to 25 times your cash. It's quick and easy to make your picks, and with fast and safe deposits and withdrawals, Prize Picks is the place to play this season. Prize Picks has awesome weekly promotions, and they're the only daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy, keeping you in the game even if one of your players goes down. Watch your entry update in real time and continue the fun by making picks on second half and fourth quarter stats. And right now, when you go to prizepicks.com/primetime and use code primetime, PrizePicks is matching your first deposit up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/primetime with code primetime for a 100% deposit match. PrizePicks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey, folks, how are you? Jason Horowitz, happy to have you back with us in our Westwood One studios, getting set for Game 2 of our Saturday NFL doubleheader. The Bills at the Chargers. And if it goes like Game 1 between the Steelers and the Bengals, well, then L.A. is set for a blowout victory, because everyone picked Steelers to blow out the Bengals heading in. And, of course, no one thought that was going to happen, and you got a 34-11 Pittsburgh win. More on that in a second. But start with this one, and we'll get to the Chargers firing Brandon Staley along with Tom Telesco in a sec. But start with Buffalo, who, after they lost in overtime to Philadelphia, was questioned by everyone around the NFL. They were 6-6. They had outplayed the Eagles, and they left Philadelphia with a loss. Well, 3 weeks later, they've got wins at Kansas City and at home against Dallas. Yet if you ask Josh Allen, a game against the Chargers just as crucial.
Every game from here on out is a playoff game for us. That's the mentality that we have. It's essentially win or go home. So, again, we got to be prepared for every punch that the Chargers can throw at us and be able to respond and adjust accordingly in game. So, yeah, we got to be ready.
The leader of the NFL's sixth best offense in terms of points, 27 points per game, and an offense that is now starting to run the football very well. But it's still a team that has heard a lot of negativity throughout the year. Remember, they've lost to the Patriots along some other questionable losses to teams with losing records this year. Deion Dawkins, though, Pro Bowl right tackle, not worried about any of all of that.
There's no pressure. There's good pressure. If I can put it in a way, like our feet is hot, our butt's hot, whatever you want to call it. Like we got that fire underneath us, but we're not looking at it as like, oh my God, we have to. No, like, look, man, handle what you can, control what you can, and do your job. That's it. We're all on the football field because we know that we can do our job. So if you're out there, play for your brother, play for us, play for yourself, and let's get this thing done.
Trying to make a run to the playoffs at 8-6 on the year, could finish the year 11-6. Meanwhile, on the other side, Chargers, yeah, they were in the playoffs last year. They were up 27-0 in Jacksonville and lost. Bill certainly knows something about blowing a big lead or coming back from a big deficit in the playoffs, and the Chargers were on the other end of that last year, and it's gone downhill since. Brandon Staley's team went to Las Vegas last Thursday, gave up 63 points to the Raiders, a Las Vegas franchise record. He was fired. Tom Telesco was fired. Giff Smith was the outside linebacker coach. He's now the interim head coach.
We flushed that game, all right? And it's embarrassing. It was embarrassing to everybody involved in it, and that's I'll take that with me since I'm the man in charge now. But we're moving past that. We got 3 weeks to show the character of the men and the coaching staff that we are to go out there and compete. That's what we're looking to do, is compete right there and try to win these next 3 games. The ownership's totally on board, wants to win right there, and that's huge right there, and that message was relayed to the team. And so we're going out there, and that's everything we're doing is focused on the Buffalo Bills.
And hoping his defense can step up because they have not played well all year. And Easton Stick making his second career start. Well, we've had backups win football games all year long, and that happened in the earlier game as well. Pittsburgh-Cincinnati. Steelers were going with their third quarterback in Mason Rudolph against Jake Browning for the Bengals. And it was the second play from scrimmage for Pittsburgh that set the tone for the Steelers.
3 receivers in the set, getting the football. Rudolph, he throws left, that's caught. Misses Pickens, 30. He's broken it free across the midfield logo. 40, 30, down the far sideline. 10, 5, touchdown! George Pickens, 86 yards!
He also had a 66-yard touchdown grab later in the game. 34-11, Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati. That wrapped up about 25 minutes ago. Both those teams now 8-7 on the season. Steelers still clinging to playoff hopes. Bengals, they took a big hit with their second loss of the year to Pittsburgh. Getting you set. It is the Bills and the Chargers, game 2 of this Saturday doubleheader, and it's coming your way next. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
This is NASCAR champion Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott,
Kyle Larson,
Joey Logano,
Kevin Harvick,
Martin Truex Jr.,
Brad Keselowski.
What is SiriusXM NASCAR Radio?
It's a place to talk about your favorite sport.
You know, I renew my subscription. It never comes off this channel.
The whole day is awesome.
It's a place to hear from the biggest names in NASCAR.
Joey Logano, what are you doing?
I got the SiriusXM set up at my house so I can jump on more often.
Joey, I want to first thank you for doing this. This is awesome for the fans.
It's a trusted source for breaking news.
Major stories today, my friends. Let's get down to business.
I'm in the hauler with the breaking news story.
It's every NASCAR race heard live, including in-car radios.
Logano gets into the back. He shoves him up the racetrack.
Stay out. Trust me.
Custer's going to go for the lead here. They get door to door with each other.
And it's classic races that honor the history of the sport.
Dale Earnhardt is going to win the Daytona 500.
What is SiriusXM NASCAR Radio? It's your 24/7 home for all things NASCAR.
The way you guys cover these races is unbelievable.
Channel 90.
And on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM has the NFL covered from every angle. Hear all pro analysis on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88.
This team is not built to succeed.
Join the passionate debate on Mad Dog Sports Radio Channel 82.
You gotta be kidding me!
And get expert fantasy football advice on Fantasy Sports Radio Channel 87.
Joe in Florida, let's fix your fantasy lineup.
It's an all-out blitz of football talk on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
This is Brandon Marshall, a.k.a. The Beast from I Am Athlete.
And this is Ashley Nicole Moss. Every weekday, hear us talking sports, culture, and more with Paper Route on the I Am Athlete podcast feed. There isn't anybody who has a chemistry quite like myself and Brandon Marshall.
That's what makes all of these shows great is the personalities. Check us out every weekday on YouTube or download Paper Route as part of the I Am Athlete podcast feed on the SXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to the NFL on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by Kohl's.
Third down, 6 to go for the Bills on the San Diego 18-yard line. Roberson wide to the right. Jack Kemp fading to pass. Looks the field over, throws in the goal. Underneath the goal post for a touchdown. A touchdown to Ernie Warlick. And Ernie Warlick right underneath the goalpost grabbed that pass that was lined right in his chest there by Jackie Kemp, and Buffalo scores to make it 6-0.
Herb Carneal with the call on NBC Radio 58 years ago this week. Jack Kemp's touchdown pass to Ernie Warlick got Buffalo on the board in the second quarter of the 1965 AFL title game, and it would be actually all the scoring they would need that day. It's because the Bills' defense pressured Chargers quarterbacks John Hadle and Don Breaux all day. Buffalo recorded 5 sacks, had 2 interceptions, blanketing San Diego 23-0 to secure its second straight AFL championship, with both victories coming against the Chargers. Kemp captured MVP honors in the game for the second straight year, capping a season in which he was also named the best player in the AFL in 1965. Unfortunately for the Bills, they are still in search of their first ever Lombardi trophy. And that's tonight's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by Kohl's. Celebrate the season with gifts, deals, and holiday feels. Find perfect presents for everybody and every budget. Shop Kohl's and Kohl's.com today. Back with you coming up at halftime. We'll go back over the Steelers and Bengals. Let's get you ready for the rest of the weekend. But for now, let's get you back out to L.A. Ryan Radke and Hall of Famer James Lofton. Guys?
All right, Jason, thanks very much. Let's jump right into James Lofton's Keys to the Game, sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there for the help you need, whether it's online, on the phone, or on the State Farm mobile app. James, Bills have been rolling. What are the keys for them to keep it rolling tonight?
So remember, it's not so much about the X's and the O's. It's about competition, learning to compete against yourself to try and be as good as you can be. And for the Bills, don't worry about what's been going on in the Chargers locker room. And the Bills also have to try and play error-free football. And by that, I mean limit the turnovers. Even no turnovers possibly. pre-snap penalties. You can't get involved in that. And no easy chunk plays to give the Chargers life.
All right, let's talk about the keys for the Chargers. If they're going to get things turned around tonight and pull off what would be a massive upset, what are the keys for them?
Well, we are in Southern California. You need some good vibrations. And for the Chargers, they've got to really love what they do, play the game with passion. On offense, your quarterback's out, your top receiver, Keenan Allen's out. Time for Austin Eckler to step up. It'd be really good for him to be able to push forward because he talked about so much in the offseason about the struggles that the running backs have, not getting paid. They have to be able to look at Austin Eckler and say, this is the guy we want on our team next season. Defensively, attack, blitz, don't hold back, be aggressive, attack, blitz. Did I say that before? They need to be aggressive defensively. Throw out all the caution that they would have normally going into a ball game.
Gift Smith is the interim head coach for the Chargers, trying to get a win in his debut as the head man on the sidelines here tonight. Bills and Chargers to wrap up our Saturday doubleheader, and the opening kickoff is coming up. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Hey folks, Rich Eisen here. So this football season's really heating up, and the guys on my show, they're having a blast with Prize Picks. And now with basketball season in full swing, they're able to pick combo projections across both sports. Join them on prizepicks.com/primetime. Easy gameplay and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what they tell me makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. And right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Brockman's loving that aspect. He's hooked. And all you need to do is visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use code primetime. That's code primetime at prizepicks.com/primetime for a first deposit match up to $100. Don't be left on the sideline this basketball season. Go to Prize Picks. Daily fantasy sports made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and detail.
The holiday season is right around the corner. So give the gift that's hard to wrap, but easy to give. Give them a Steel. With powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws to place under the tree, the Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Save $30 on the BG56 CE handheld blower. Visit your local Steel dealer or go to steelusa.com/gift guide. Real Steel. Find yours. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Hey y'all, I'm Lainey Wilson. I've worn Wrangler jeans since I was itty bitty doing chores on Daddy's farm. Fit for dreamers, made for doers. This season's styles will have you ready for the fall and all of those crisp mornings and cool days ahead. Now I don't know about you, but no matter where I am, a pair of Wranglers takes me back home. They also make the best boot cut around. Y'all know I love a flare. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One. Your home for the...
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Ryan Radke, James Lofton back at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Perfect conditions, 63 degrees as we get set for kickoff tonight. The Buffalo Bills looking for win number 9, trying to stay firmly in the playoff conversation, while the Chargers just looking for something good at what has been the end of a very tough, very disappointing season. Gift Smith takes over as the interim head coach tonight. Both Brandon Staley and GM Tom Telesco dismissed after last Thursday's loss against the Raiders, a game in which the Chargers gave up 63 points in a 63-21 defeat. The Chargers won the toss. They have elected to defer their option to the second half, and so they will kick it away. The Chargers take the field in the powder blue jerseys with white numbers. They have the gold pants. They'll go with the white helmets tonight with that Charger lightning bolt in gold on either side. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they have the white jerseys with navy blue numbers, white pants with the red and navy blue stripes down the side, and the white helmets with that Buffalo logo in blue on either side. Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. He will kick it away from our right to our left. Leonard Fournette, just up off the practice squad, is back deep to return, along with Khalil Shakir for the Bills. No surprise it is not a sold-out house here at SoFi tonight. And also, no surprise, there are a lot of Bills fans that have made the trip out to see their team play here in Southern California. Dicker just getting ready for the ready-to-play signal, and then we'll send it away as Fournette and Shakir wait back deep. Fournette on the near side, Shakir on the far side. Leonard Fournette just elevated off the practice squad today. First time he has been up this season. Dicker is on the approach, and a high end-over-end kick is headed the way of Fournette. He will back up, take it about 5 yards deep, drop down to his left knee, and the Bills will start 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Josh Allen is coming off kind of a weird game for him last week. He was 7 of 15 for 94 yards. He said, I felt like the kid in the group project who did nothing, and yet I got an A in that blowout win against Dallas. James Cook was terrific a week ago, 179 yards rushing. He is the starting running back. Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis are the wide receivers. Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox are the tight ends. Bills will start 1st and 10 at their own 25, moving left to right. Ball is on the far side, left hash. Allen in the gun with Cook to his left. Here's the snap, quick throw, right side. Diggs down to his knees, is able to corral it, and is touchdown immediately by Derwin James. No gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10, and Stephon Diggs is slow getting up. Well, Diggs had to go down to both knees to corral that throw from Allen, and then was touched down by James, and Diggs is now very slowly walking across the field, and James, he's going to have to come out.
Yeah, because they stopped play for him, and it was one of those little bubble screens. You're trying to get the ball into Diggs' hand, get the quarterback in a rhythm. The quarterback obviously was not in a rhythm. He threw that ball low, almost skipped the ground, I think, before he caught it, and then Diggs got raked over the head by Derwin James with a right forearm.
So Diggs off the field. Trent Sherfield is in for 2nd down and 10. Allen lines up in the gun. He's got Cook to his right side. Trips left, single man right. That's Gabe Davis. Allen right foot in front of left. Slight bend. Takes the shotgun snap. Quick throw left side. That's caught by Shakir. Turns it up across the 30, over the 35, and he's shoved out of bounds near the 40. So they go back to a bubble screen, this time to the other side, and this time Khalil Shakir with all kinds of room to run. Takes it up to the 39-yard line. A gain of 14. Asante Samuel pushed him out of bounds.
And when you watched Buffalo last week against the Dallas Cowboys, it seemed like they ran for about 500 yards. So what do? The first 2 plays of the game, throw the ball short, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands, so that this interior defense, which is all geared to stop the run, is now having to play the pass.
Quick snap to Allen. He'll toss it to Cook. Runs left, cuts it up along the numbers, across the 40 to the 41. Dragged down by Nick Williams after a gain of 2. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 8. 266 yards specifically on the ground last week in that win against Dallas. Mentioned James Cook was terrific. 179 yards on the ground. He also had 42 yards through the air. Scored a couple of touchdowns. First Buffalo running back since Thurman Thomas in 91 with 200 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns in the same game. Good news for the Bills. Diggs is back out there, lined up slot to the right. Single man to the left. Allen goes under center on 2nd and 8 from the 41. Cook is the single back. Here's the snap. Allen back on a play fake. Rush coming. Allen throws on his back foot. Down the middle. It is incomplete. Try to get it to Diggs just inside the Charger 40. James and Hawkins were in coverage. Couldn't make that catch as it bounced off the SoFi turf. It'll be 3rd and 8.
And James Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills, had the matchup that he wanted. Diggs against a strong safety, Derwin James, had him by about 2 yards, but the pressure made Josh Allen throw that ball a little late and a little behind, but Diggs was wide open. So here's one that was drawn up well that just wasn't executed very well.
Bills best in the league on 3rd down at better than 49%. This is 3rd and 8. Allen in the gun with trips right, single man left. Latavius Murray in the backfield. Here's the snap. Allen back to pass. Looking. Throws over the middle. Knocked away. Incomplete by Hawkins. He was trying to get it to Gabe Davis. Looked like Jalen Hawkins may have gotten there a shade early, but no flag, and the Bills will punt it away.
Speaking of getting there a shade early, Khalil Mack, some pressure coming from the old man. Very good on the outside. If you cannot block him with 2 guys, you're going to be in trouble because you need everybody else to help out on that offensive line. He moved to the inside, made a little stunt move right in Josh Allen's face.
So Sam Martin comes on to punt. Darius Davis back to return, standing just inside the 20. Martin waiting at about his own 26-yard line for the snap from Reed Ferguson. Bills taking their time. Here's the snap to Martin. It's right on the money. A high spiraling kick. Davis backpedaling, signals for a fair catch, and just inside the 10, he makes said fair catch. And that's where the Chargers will start 1st and 10 right around their own 8. Ryan Radke, James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth at SoFi Stadium. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering a million industrial-grade products, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. So a 51-yard punt, no return. Chargers started their own 8 under the guidance of Easton Stick, making his second career start. 23 of 32, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick against the Raiders. Austin Eckler is the starting running back. No Keenan Allen tonight, so Joshua Palmer, Quentin Johnston are the wide receivers. Gerald Everett is the tight end. Pistol formation, here's the snap. Stick back to pass, swings it out right side. Caught by Eckler, runs along the sideline across the 10. He's out to about the 15. That is wrapped up there and thrown down. So Austin Eckler gets involved early, takes that ball out to the 15 for a gain of 7. Taylor Rapp in there for the injured Micah Hyde tonight. Wraps him up. Nice start for the Chargers. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Nice start, but it still makes me scratch my head about deferring, not taking the opening kickoff, because now the other offense has moved the ball, and you start inside your 10-yard line. Same thing happened to the Steelers early in the game, but they went 86 on the second play of the game.
Stick under center will toss it to Eckler, cuts it back left, spins out of a tackle across the 20, and he's out to the 23. Looked like Eckler was going to be down right around the line of scrimmage, but he got out of trouble. Taylor Rapp from the secondary finally makes the stop, but only after a gain of 8 and a Charger first down.
You know, Austin Eckler a year ago had over 300 touches during the course of the season. So far this year, he's had 181. I think he needs the ball more in his hands than he had been earlier this season.
Chargers from their own 23, 1st and 10. 3 men in the backfield. Here's the snap to Stick. Holds it out, gives it to Eckler, and Eckler running just outside the right hash, falls forward for a yard. Out to the 24-yard line, Greg Rousseau will get credit for the tackle, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So a lot of Eckler in the early going here for the Chargers. 2nd down 9 with the ball at the 24-yard line. It's on the far side right hash. Opening drive for LA. Clock moving with 11 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Isaiah Spiller checks in. He lines up to the left of Stick, who's in the gun. 2 receivers left, including Darius Davis, who motions to the right. Here's the snap. Stick, short roll to his left, looks back to his right, throws, got a man wide open. That's Quentin Johnston across the 40, up to the 45, and another Charger first down. So Easton Stick, just a little move to his left, went back to his right, and Quentin Johnston was all by himself for a gain of 21.
Nice job by Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. You mentioned that motion with Darius Davis working from left to right. Once he got to the right side, he was stacked behind Quentin Johnston. He went up with his speed, and this guy can run. Cleared it out. Quentin Johnston hooked up underneath. That's a great job with the high-low combination.
Slot left, single man to the right, 1st down and 10. They'll hand it off to Johnston on a jet sweep coming left. He's got nowhere to go. Was able to fall forward across the line of scrimmage for about a half yard. Terrell Bernard, 12th of the NFL in tackles coming into this week, will get credit for the stop. That'll bring up 2nd down at about 9.5.
So much about touches. You take Keenan Allen out of the game, not active today. Who gets those touches? So far we've seen Austin Eckler 3 times, Quentin Johnston twice. Those are 2 guys who you really want to be able to depend on as this game goes along.
2 receivers left and right. Quick throw right side, caught by Joshua Palmer behind the line of scrimmage. Runs out to the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds up around midfield by Jordan Poyer. Let's see where they put him out officially. It'll be a short gain for Palmer as he was trying to turn the corner out there. And Poyer was able to knock him out after a gain of a couple of yards. And that'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 as they put it at the 48.
One of the things that you want to do for Easton Stick is to get him in 3rd and 5 or less. So picking up 3 or 4 yards here on this down would be where they'd want to be, but he has 7 yards to go. He's going to have to hold the ball a little while longer.
Trips left, single man right, Stick in the gun, Joshua Kelly to his right. Here's the snap, Stick is back, looks, throws left sideline, got a man that's caught across the 35, and another Charger first down, and Easton Stick put another one on the money, this one to Joshua Palmer. They'll mark him out at the Buffalo 33, that's a gain of 19, and the Chargers move the sticks again.
For an offensive line that had been about average in pass protection, even when they had Justin Herbert back there, that time they gave Easton Stick all the time in the world. He had a chance to let Quentin Johnston go deep. get that corner out underneath, so that high-low combination working for the Chargers again.
From the Buffalo 33, 1st and 10. Stick goes under center, takes the snap. He's back. Little miscommunication. Rolling to his right. He'll keep it and dive along the hash marks. Maybe got a yard to the 32. Stick went right. Austin Eckler went left. Stick makes something out of nothing. It'll bring up 2nd and long. Leonard Floyd gets credit for the tackle.
That's a little bit of action that you see on the first day of training camp. Oh, we're running sweep right? Oh, I thought we were running sweep left. Quarterback got confused there. He didn't make worse out of a bad situation.
2nd down and long now for the Chargers. Easton Stick in just his 2nd career start. First LA Charger ever to throw 3 touchdown passes in his first career start in that disastrous game against the Raiders last Thursday. Shotgun snap, Stick back on a play fake. Looking, has time, going deep, right side for Johnston. Incomplete, off his right hand in the end zone. Johnston had a step and Stick put it out there. Johnson running against Taylor Rapp and Rasul Douglas put his right hand out, made contact with the football, but could not haul it in. It'll be 3rd and 9.
I went back and I looked at the draft report on Easton Stick, and one of the things it talked about was his touch on the deep ball, and I thought that ball was thrown really well. I thought Quentin Johnson didn't really run through the ball right at the tail end of it and use all the speed that he had, stretch those long legs out. That ball was dropped in there pretty well by Easton Stick.
Trips left, single man right on 3rd and 9. Stick will line up in the gun. He's got Eckler to his right side. Play clock down to 2. Now at 1. Here's the snap. Stick back to pass. Looking. Fires down the middle. Got a man that's caught inside the 10 of the 9. It'll be 1st and goal. And it's Stone Smart running against Cam Lewis. He picks up 23. Just the 7th catch of the year for Smart. And the Chargers, led by Stick, do it again on 3rd down.
Just imagine if you're a Charger or if you're a Buffalo Bills defensive back. What have you been watching on film all week long? Passes to Keenan Allen. So all these other guys now who are coming up making big plays in this first drive for the Chargers, you're going, who is that guy? Who's covering him? Who has him? They're going to have to adapt and start playing these guys a little tougher.
1st and goal from the 9. Shotgun snap. Quarterback sneak. Stick running left, trying to turn the corner, and he's knocked out of bounds around the 7-yard line. Bills were able to string that one out. Stick with a straight run. They'll give him progress just across the 7, gain of 2. Terrell Bernard, Tyrell Dodson run him out of bounds, and it'll be 2nd down and goal.
That was not a play that we would see Justin Herbert run on Sundays.
No.
But Easton Stick, your backup guy, let's get him to the corner. Let's stretch this defense out a little bit. Really good job protecting the football away from where the defenders were, so he did everything right. Get us to the next down.
2 receivers right, tight ends on either end of the line. Stick is under center on 2nd and goal. Here's the snap. Handoff Eckler, runs right side, breaks through a tackle, and dives down to the 3. So again, it looked like Eckler might be hit right at the line of scrimmage. He was contacted, but broke through it. Picks up about 4. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Chargers now with 7:05 remaining in the first quarter.
Remember when Austin Eckler was a touchdown machine, a guy who was leading the National Football League in touchdowns? 6 this season. So way below where he'd like to be, but you could see that determination on the last play. He's trying to lunge and get in the end zone. He got hogtied right around the collar.
3rd and goal from the 2. Stick will line up in the gun with Eckler to his right. 2 receivers right, single man left. Palmer in motion from right to left. Shotgun snap, Stick back, looks right, pumps that side, backpedaling. Now rolling right, looking back to his left. Rolling left, floats it, corner of the end zone, incomplete. Try to get it to Palmer. Rapp was in coverage against him. And on 4th down, the Chargers will send the field goal team out. So the Chargers, aggressive as just about anybody with Brandon Staley as the head coach. Now with Gift Smith taking over here on 4th and goal from outside the 2. We'll try to get points on their opening drive.
And normally on a scramble drill, which is what the quarterback was doing there, a couple of guys would go deep, a couple of guys would go short, some would mirror the quarterback. You're on the 4-yard line. There's not a lot of room to go deep. So it's just congestion. It's like being on the 405 freeway here in Southern California.
Cameron Dicker is on for a 20-yard field goal attempt. And the kick from Cameron Dicker is up, and it is good. The Chargers do get points on their opening drive, and they have taken a 3-0 lead. A reminder that for every field goal made tonight and throughout the remainder of the season, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol shaving cream, an American original for over 100 years. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. 6:32 to go in the first quarter. Chargers 3, Bills nothing. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
throughout the 2023 season.
Throws to the end zone. Touchdown!
Each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game. Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio.
Really fun night for us just to watch those young guys compete.
Your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
The Premier League is built on hope. The hope of discovering a new star.
It doesn't take long for Darwin Nunez to make an impression.
The hope of rewriting history. And the hope of continuing a dynasty.
Unstoppable week after week.
This is the Premier League on NBC, USA and Peacock.
Dashing through the field on Channel 88. Catch the Sunday drive. Playoffs on the way.
This is Steve Torrey. Join Bill Leckus and me for a Christmas Eve edition of the Sunday Drive at noon Eastern.
Touchdown!
For live listen-ins, guests, and fantasy analysis around the NFL. Then catch a Christmas Day triple header between the Raiders, Chiefs, Giants, and Eagles, Ravens, and 49ers on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Ho, ho, ho! It's almost time to change those calendars and to make your resolutions. But we're still reminiscing on the year that was in the National Football League. Aaron Rodgers made his way from the Big Cheese to the Big Apple. Quarterbacks were given record-breaking money.
Lamar Jackson with a knockout shot.
There were shakeups in front offices and on rosters, plus so much more. Hear it all on SiriusXM NFL Radio's Top 10 Stories of 2023. Hosted by Alex Marvez. Catch the show anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss the NFL Network Holiday Classic on Christmas Eve with the Denver Broncos host the New England Patriots. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. You can also hear that game on many of these same stations on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com. Cameron Dicker ready to kick it away, and he has a little punch kick down the left side. That ball's going to bounce at the 15, picked up by Fournette at the 8, runs across the 15 to the 20, angles left to the 25, and he's out to about the 29. Multiple flags come flying in. One from behind the kick return, one from in front. And we'll hear about the call from Adrian Hill, who is our referee tonight here at SoFi Stadium in L.A. Right now, a 22-yard return for Leonard Fournette.
Holding during the return, number 54. That penalty will be enforced 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Buffalo.
That'll go against Balin Spector. Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by Macy's. Shop Macy's last-minute gift sale for gifts that never feel last-minute, like holiday style for her, winter essentials for him, and the hottest toys. Plus, spend your Macy's money and pick out a gift card when you pick up in store. 14 plays, 90 yards. Cameron Dicker with a 20-yard field goal, and the Chargers have taken a 3-0 lead. After the penalty, Bills will start at their own 16, 1st and 10. Offset eye with Leonard Fournette, the running back. Allen under center, receivers left and right. Here's the snap, handoff Fournette. Straight up the middle, covers up the football, plows his way forward for a couple. They'll give him progress out to the 19. That'll be a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 7. So Leonard Fournette getting some early action. First game he's been active this year.
And it's always interesting when you watch how the defense responds, because the Buffalo Bills also put their fullback in on that last play. So they went to a very traditional set. What did the Chargers do to counter? They brought Derwin James off the field. So a strong safety, a box player, was off the field on that last snap. Now he's back out there with 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end and 1 running back.
Allen goes under center on 2nd and 7. Back on a play fake. Plants his feet. Looking. Fires down the middle of the field. And that's caught across the 35 at the 36-yard line. Davis coming back to the football, able to make the catch in front of Michael Davis. That'll be a gain of 17 and a Buffalo first down.
You know, a little bit of a response, because we looked at that first drive by the Chargers, and the Chargers had the chunk plays. I talked about that, trying to be limited by the Buffalo Bills defense. But that first drive, they gave up 2 plays over 20, another 19-yard play. And watching the Buffalo Bills in this first couple of sets, they've tried to set that up. Now, they've missed a couple of times, but that time they were able to connect with the ball down the field.
Bills from their own 36, 1st and 10. Allen in the gun, slot left, single man right. Here's the snap. Allen's going to fake it, keep it, running right outside the numbers. He's across the 40-yard line, and they'll give him progress out to the 42, so a 6-yard pickup for Allen. Alohi Gilman from his safety spot on the stop, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
I like quarterback runs, but I like them when the quarterback ends up sliding at the end of the run. I don't want to see my guy, who I'm paying half the gross product of Buffalo in salary, getting hit when he's trying to pick up 4 or 5 yards.
Well, the Bills have already had a scare seeing Stephon Diggs leave the field early. Got his neck checked out before returning to the game. They really don't want to see Josh Allen suffer any sort of injury. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off to James Cook, running left. Bounces off the pile once, then goes straight ahead. He'll end up losing a yard on the play. Great job that time by the Chargers to clog things up, led by the veteran Khalil Mack. And that'll bring up 3rd down at about 5. COVID-19 can keep you on the sidelines. If you're more likely to get very sick from COVID, ask your doctor if prescription oral treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com, sponsored by Pfizer. So a loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 5. Bills at their own 41 on the far side, left hash. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Allen lines up in the gun. He's got Latavius Murray to his right side. Allen walks toward the line of scrimmage, now falls back into the shotgun. Play clock shows 7. Allen brings a receiver in short motion from the left. Here's the snap. Allen back, rush coming, steps up in the pocket, fires down the middle of the field, and that's incomplete. Over the head of Davis in front of Trent Sherfield, and that Charger defense gets a stop again for the 2nd time tonight. The Bills will punt.
So let me see if I got this right. The last time the Chargers were on the field, they gave up more points to the Raiders than they ever have in team history.
So far, yes, you were right.
And the last 2 times the Buffalo Bills were on the field,
correct,
they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, they beat the Dallas Cowboys, and everybody crowned them as maybe the Super Bowl winner in February next year. So far, it hasn't looked like that.
Darius Davis on to return the punt of Sam Martin. Davis standing at the 10-yard line. Martin gets a face mask high snap. It's a high spiraling kick. Davis moving up and to his right, and he's got this one right around the 15-yard line. And that's where the Chargers will have it for the 2nd time when we come back after a 44-yard punt. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's the Chargers 3 and the Bills nothing. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Give a little love.
Hurry in for Macy's last-minute gift sale now and take an extra 20% off gift ideas from designers they'll love when you use your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, spend your Macy's money in-store or online. No merchandise exclusions. Can't decide what to get? Give a gift card and let them pick the perfect gift. Find last-minute gifts that never feel last-minute right now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Give a little love.
Time to check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tomorrow night, the Patriots will be in Denver to take on the Broncos. Then on Christmas Day on Monday, it's a triple header. The Raiders in Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. The Giants visit Philadelphia, and the Ravens go across country to meet the 49ers. Then on Thursday night, the Cleveland Browns will be at home against the New York Jets. Hulu has live sports. Watch football games all season long with over 90 live channels. Get Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Access content from each service separately and select ESPN Plus content via Hulu. Learn more at hulu.com. Well, James, the Bills have had it twice. Each time they've gotten to their own 41, but each time they have had to punt. Chargers start this drive now with their own 15.
Really impressed with the Chargers along the defensive line. Pressure on Josh Allen, clogging up the run lane so far. So I'm watching it. Chargers are playing well, really well. Let's see if they can continue on this drive.
Easton Stick will go under center on 1st and 10. Eckler is the single back. Here's a handoff to Eckler, running right towards the numbers. He slips and falls. Got just across the line of scrimmage. No gain, maybe a half yard if they're generous. Taron Johnson was there to fall on top of him, Taron Johnson rather, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and long for L.A.
I'm always surprised when I see guys slip on field turf because it's so consistent, it's so good, and it's so consistent and so good, you make moves that you normally wouldn't try and make, and that's when you do slip and fall.
Isaiah Spiller checks in now on 2nd down and long. Stick in the gun with 2 receivers left, single man right. Play clock is at 9. Davis in motion across the formation from left to right. Stick back on a play fake with flags down. There's a pass over the middle. It's caught by Gerald Everett across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Well, again, it was Johnson there on the tackle. We'll see about the marker. Right now, it's a gain of 5. That flag went down right at the snap, and it looks like it's going to be an illegal shift against L.A.
Illegal shift, offense. Number 28 moved while another player was in motion and did not reset before the snap. 5-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
Well, the penalty gets called against Spiller. Is that on Spiller, James? Is that the quarterback's responsibility in that situation?
If I was the wide receiver coach, I'd go, 1-1 my guys. So it is so complex. The movements, the shifts, the quick and the fast motions that we see, that everybody has to be on the same page, and that time somebody was on the wrong page.
Back it up to the 11, 2nd and 14. 4 receivers left, single man right. Shotgun snap to Stick. Back to pass, plenty of time. Throws over the middle, and it is intercepted. Back across the 20-yard line, cutting left to the 15, and taken down around the 12 is Christian Benford. It's his 2nd pick of the year. If it stands up, there's a penalty flag on the field. It's not going to stand up. This one's going against Buffalo.
Before the pass, holding defense, number 47. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Well, I told you there's a lot of Bills fans here. You just found out how many with the reaction to that call. Meanwhile, Terrell Bernard is down and injured on the field. That'll wipe out Benford's 2nd interception of the season, and the training staff now checking out Bernard after Benford reached out and grabbed Quentin Johnston coming out of his break. We'll step aside with 2:20 to go in the 1st quarter. Chargers on top 3-0. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet on the BetQL Network, weekdays 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is the BetQL Network?
The BetQL Network is where the smartest sports betting talk meets the most entertaining sports betting talk. We call it Wagertainment.
Not bury the lead here. Folks, Jenks is 7-0 this week.
I love ugly football. This is so degenerate. Is this a live betting game?
Listen to the BetQL Network anywhere and anytime on the new and improved Odyssey app, or watch us on twitch.tv/BetQL, presented by the King of Sportsbooks, BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. Visit the BetMGM GameSense website at mgmresorts.com/GameSense for information on setting limits, guidance on odds and probability, and resources for problem gambling support. Plus, you can learn strategies and get tips on how to gamble more responsibly, discover the symptoms of problem gambling, and find out whom to call if you need help anytime, anywhere. Stay safe and have fun with BetMGM and GameSense. Please gamble responsibly.
The holidays are back, and they can be a lot, but luckily, something else is coming back this season. Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. That's right. Everybody's favorite cold and creamy treat is back on the wish list this year. And if you need a little more pep in your step, get yourself a refreshing Peppermint Frosty Cream Cold Brew. Celebrate the season with the return of Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless. Available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by AutoZone. All season long, you can listen to our broadcast of the NFL live on WestwoodOneSports.com, on the NFL app by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports, or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms. Make AutoZone your end zone. Check engine light on. Get a check with a free AutoZone Fix Finder service. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Restrictions apply. Terrell Bernard was able to get up and limp off to the sideline under his own power. Penalty on Christian Benford negates his interception. Chargers have it now with their own 15, 1st and 10 with 2:20 to go in the first quarter. LA on top 3-0. Stick will line up with Isaiah Spiller behind him and backs on either side. Single receiver left. Here's the snap. Handoff. Spiller looking for room and doesn't find much as he angles just left and picks up a yard, the 16-yard line. Rousseau and others in on the stop. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
So if I have a quarterback who has not played a lot, defensively, Sean McDermott is thinking maybe they're going to be kind of vanilla. Maybe they're not going to be aggressive throwing the ball. They have been anything but vanilla and anything but non-aggressive. They've been really chunking the ball down the field, trying to go after this team that doesn't have an elite pass rusher. I know they have Von Miller, but Von Miller's played over 200 snaps and hasn't had a quarterback sack yet this season.
2 receivers stacked left, single man right now. Palmer in motion across the formation. They hand off to Spiller, who runs along the right hash. And Spiller got back to the line of scrimmage. That'll set up a 3rd down and long. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on CBS Christmas Day when the Las Vegas Raiders meet the Kansas City Chiefs. Check your local listings for more details. Catch the NFL on CBS. And, of course, you can also hear that game right here on many of these same stations, the NFL app, or online at WestwoodOneSports.com.
Now, when you said don't miss all the excitement, I thought you were going to tell me what I was getting for Christmas.
I can't do that, James. I can't spoil the surprise. Trips left, single man right on 3rd down on about 9. Stick in the gun. He's got Kelly to his right side. Bills walking players into the box. Here's the snap. Stick on a quarterback draw. Nowhere to go. Is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Took that snap and looked somewhat uneasy trying to navigate his way forward. Cam Lewis eventually brought him down. It'll be a loss of 4, and the Chargers will punt it away.
When a guy goes from backup to starter, we always talk about, well, he hasn't had the reps. That was a blitz that I haven't seen very often. Pretty sure Easton Stick has never seen it in a game since he probably left North Dakota State 5 years ago. But they just had him to a point where he couldn't even look down the field and try and get rid of the football. He just ate it and didn't want to make a bad throw.
J.K. Scott will punt from 2 yards deep in his end zone. It's a spiraling kick. Deontay Hardy backing up. He's got it around his own 31-yard line. Hardy starts left across the 35, spins back to his right, is hit, dropped, the ball came out. It's rolling on the turf. The Chargers have jumped on top of it. The Chargers have recovered inside the 30-yard line. There's a penalty flag down as well. Hardy ran to his left, tried to spin back to his right. As he was going down, the ball came out, and the Chargers jump on top of it. Eamon Ogbongbemiga recovered.
Return holding against the return team, number 3. That penalty is declined. 1st down, Los Angeles.
So the Chargers get the turnover and will take over as Ogbongbemiga recovers the fumble. And they will have it at their own 20, or rather at the Bills' 27.
Hardy is not the biggest guy in the world, and he put his hand down as he was bracing himself to go to the ground. His left arm and the right arm was the arm that A.J. Finley tugged that ball out of and just ripped it away from him. Not the tallest guy, 5'6". You'd think he would have had a body part closer to the ground.
Well, great job by Finley to knock it out. Great job by Ogbongbemiga to get on top of it. And now the Chargers have a golden opportunity at the Buffalo 27, 1st and 10. 3 receivers left. Darius Davis is in the backfield. Stick is in the gun. Now Eckler in motion from left to right. Here's the snap. Stick back to pass. Looking left. Throws short left. Got Everett. Turns it up across the 20. Everett to the 15. Stiff arms a defender and ridden out of bounds around the 12. Gerald Everett coming underneath was wide open and picks up 15 before Rasul Douglas can make the tackle. And that play will bring us to the end of the first quarter. A good one for the Chargers in L.A. The score, the Chargers 3, the Bills nothing. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm Personal Price Plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this voicemail from Leah.
Jake from State Farm. Listen, so sometimes I like to nibble on licorice and pretend I'm a teeny mouse, chewing through wires.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
It's Wrangler season out there. T-shirt days, denim jacket nights. A pair of broken-in jeans you could live in. Open roads, endless horizons, no destinations. This is when adventure starts calling. And you need to be ready in jeans that are made for the unpredictable journey that we call life. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You can catch the Rich Eisen Show every weekday from 12 to 3 Eastern on many of these same stations. And be sure to look out for 2 new podcasts from Rich Eisen Podcasts. All the NFL hot takes you can handle on Overreaction Monday. And each Tuesday, download What the Football with Susie Schuster and former Raiders CEO Amy Trask. Get them wherever you get your podcasts. Well, James, long way to go in this game, just 15 minutes in, but so far the Chargers looking pretty good. This much maligned Chargers team looking pretty good.
And think about the Buffalo Bills and their mentality coming into this game at 8-6, finally back in the playoff hunt, but also realizing that one slip up and they'd be out. And that's pressure. Now I think they're starting to feel that pressure where when they probably got off the plane, they were pretty relaxed.
Chargers had 103 yards of offense in that first quarter. Easton Stick in his second start, 6 of 8, 87 yards, has gotten nice protection so far from his offensive line. Now the Chargers with a very creative formation. They've got offensive linemen split wide to the left. They throw to that side. It's caught by Everett behind those O-linemen, and he's able to get forward for 2 yards down to the 10-yard line before Rousseau wraps him up. Second down, 8 coming up after the gain of 2, and the Chargers now will go up tempo.
So Zion Johnson and Rashawn Slater, the left tackle and left guard, were out by the numbers when you say split out wide.
Quick
Those
snap.
numbers got dented.
Stick back, pumps left, rolling to his right. Stick is looking, pumps again, now throws, caught by Everett, takes a hit, knocked backwards. He'll go down. Let's see, they're going to give him progress to the 1. It's going to be a first down. Well, Easton Stick pumped that ball at least twice and then was able to get it to Gerald Everett. Rasul Douglas kept it out of the end zone, but it'll be first and goal for L.A.
That was such a huge hit. Gerald Everett, who is a big tight end, physical guy, gets knocked back like a boxer staggering around the ring, but he had the ball down at the 1-yard line. Good job hanging on to it, moving the ball away from contact as he was running down the field. Once again, big guy split out to the left.
Easton Stick in the gun. Eckler had been wide to the right, goes in motion to the left. Here's the snap. Quarterback sneaks. Stick around the right side, turns the corner and walks to the end zone. Touchdown Chargers. A 1-yard touchdown run for Easton Stick, and it's 9-0 LA with 13:49 to go in the second quarter. A straight quarterback run. Easton Stick around the right side, untouched into the end zone for 6. First NFL touchdown run for Easton Stick. Fifth-year man out of North Dakota State, and now Cameron Dicker will try to make it a 10-point lead. Josh Harris will snap. J.K. Scott will hold. Dicker eyes the uprights, says he's ready to go. Snap is perfect. Ball is down. Kick is on the way. It is right down the middle, and it is good. And with 13:49 to go in the first half, the Chargers have taken a 10-0 lead on the Bills. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Guess who's coming to town? Actually, we were thinking of another legend.
Hey, it's me, Smokey Robinson.
Smokey is gift-wrapping Christmas soul classics from the 60s and 70s on his very own channel.
Merry Christmas, baby. I'm gonna play some of my favorite Christmas songs. I love this time of year. This Christmas. Christmas. It's Smokey's Holiday Soul Town.
Now through Christmas Day on Channel 74 and the SiriusXM app.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown!
Like SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Charlie Weiss, Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the Draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Hear college sports talk from an ACC perspective on ACC Today.
Manny Diaz, head coach of the Duke Blue Devils.
You're always learning because the game is always evolving, but ball is ball. Creating turnovers and negative plays, and you got to protect the ball and you got to be explosive. What I know about this league is it's going to be a fourth quarter game. The ACC produces tight games. Not a lot of separation between a lot of the teams, and you got to be equipped to win those type of close games and understand that it's going to come down to crucial situations.
ACC Radio, Channel 371, and the SXM app.
Ryan Radke, James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth at SoFi Stadium. Huddle up with Grainger to get more done. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by one of over 250 branch locations. 13:49 to go first half. Chargers on top 10-0 after the fumbled punt. Takes the Chargers 4 plays to go 27 yards, and Easton Stick pays it off with his first NFL touchdown run to give the Chargers a 10-point lead.
You give almost any team in the National Football League a short field, they're going to take advantage of it. So now for Sean McDermott, he's out there telling the defense what they need to do. He needs to rally around his offense and get these guys in gear right now.
Cameron Dicker's kickoff lands 8 yards deep in the end zone, and the Bills will start 1st and 10 at the 25. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on Fox Christmas Day when the Giants take on the Eagles. Check your local listings for more details. Catch the NFL on Fox, and of course you can also hear that game right here on Westwood 1. So third time with the ball for the Bills, starting at their own 25. Josh Allen will line up in the shotgun. He's got James Cook to his left. Stephon Diggs is back on the field. He's the single receiver to the left. 2 receivers go to the right side. Allen squats down under center, surveys the defense, brings a man in motion from the right. Here's the snap, handoff James Cook, runs just outside the left hash, and Cook is able to get 5 out to the 30-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
That's just the 11th play that the Buffalo Bills have run. And you normally look at a game thinking you're going to get 75 to 80 plays in. That's 20 a quarter. They only got 10 plays in that first quarter because of the turnover that they had. But they just really haven't been effective. They haven't kind of put things together between the run game and the pass game. They've had some guys open, and Josh Allen, like he does early sometimes, has missed.
Allen goes under center on 2nd down and 5. Here's the snap, handed off Cook again. Starts left, cuts back right, finds room across the 35, and he's out to the 40. So 10 more for James Cook. Jalen Hawkins from the secondary made the stop, and that'll be a 1st down for the Bills. They go back to James Cook, who they relied on so heavily a week ago in that blowout win against the Cowboys.
And if you look at James Cook early in the year, in week 2, he went for 123 yards against the Raiders. He went for 98 the next week. Against the Broncos in week 12, 109. The next week, the Jets, 73. So he's rebounded off of huge games with good games.
2 receivers left, single man right, shotgun snap. Allen hands it off to Cook again, running right. And this time, not a lot. Cook able to push his way forward out to about the 43-yard line. Gain of 3 yards there. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Well, Cook, after that game a week ago, now 2nd in the NFL in rushing, a distant 2nd to Christian McCaffrey. He is 3rd in the league in scrimmage yards.
And he's putting together a all-pro type season, and that's pretty good for a young guy who they really thought of as just a third down back when they drafted him.
Slot left, single man right, 2nd down and 7 for the Bills. They trail 10-0 with 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. Allen lines up in the shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass, looks right, nothing there, looks middle, now running to his left, pump fake, flag flies. Allen slides down shy of midfield. They give him progress out to the 43. It's a 5-yard gain, but we'll check on the marker. It came in the area you normally see holding.
Holding, offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
That'll go against Mitch Morse, the Pro Bowl center from a year ago, and that'll back the Bills up.
Now, I know all offensive linemen are massive, from the centers to the guards to the tackles. What the Chargers are doing is they're kind of beating them with speed. So they're getting movement up front, making Josh Allen move off his spot. And once he scrambles, because you have the guy locked up, you're holding him, but your arms are inside. Once you extend those arms and they're outside your arm reach, that's when you get holding calls.
So move it back to the 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 17. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Allen in the gun with Cook to his left. Here's the snap. Allen back to pass, looks, throws short right. That's caught by the tight end Kincaid up to the 40-yard line. He is sandwiched there. Michael Davis led the charge. That'll go as a gain of 7. And now a 3rd down and 10 coming up for Buffalo. As we mentioned, the best 3rd down team in the league this year at over 49%, but not a lot of success tonight.
But not a lot of that 49% came on 3rd and 10 plus. So they had been able to get manageable 3rd downs and also to use Josh Allen's legs on a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6, where if you go man-to-man coverage, but the Chargers have been doing a lot of zone coverage, so they're keeping the top off of the defense.
Bills go empty, shotgun snap. Allen back to pass on 3rd and 10. Has time, checks it down short left, incomplete off the hands of Kincaid. Trying to get it to his tight end out in the left flat, and that pass just a little too high, a little too much on it. Dean Marlowe was in coverage. Bills will punt it away again.
So my great baseball analogy is stay away from the high heat. And that's exactly what that was. You mentioned because Josh Allen had plenty of time, and he zipped that ball just a little high and off the fingertips of Kincaid.
You didn't like that high heat when you were playing?
I like them soft, like cookies. Just hand them to me. Nice and warm in the middle.
Darius Davis back to return the punt from Sam Martin. Davis standing with his heels at the 10-yard line. Martin gets the snap under no pressure. It's a high spiraling kick. Davis moving to his left will let it go over his head. It bounces at the 5, takes a left-hand turn, and goes out of bounds around the 4. What a beautiful punt by Martin. That ball hit at the 5 and went straight towards the sideline. They mark it out of bounds at the 4. It's a 57-yard punt, and the Chargers will be backed up in the shadow of their own goal line again. 10:43 to go in the second quarter. Chargers have a 10-0 lead. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Hurry in for Macy's last-minute gift sale now and take an extra 20% off gift ideas from designers they'll love when you use your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, spend your Macy's money in-store or online. No merchandise exclusions. Can't decide what to get? Give a gift card and let them pick the perfect gift. Find last-minute gifts that never feel last-minute right now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Hey, this is Travis Kelce, NFL tight end and proud member of the Lowe's home team. Lowe's knows when you've got the best price, you've already won. That's why we offer the lowest price guarantee. If you find a better price online or in-store, we'll match it. Now you can score on the top brands from the Lowe's home team picks, like Scotts, LG, and DeWalt. So take on your projects with confidence. Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retail partner of the NFL.
Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
That time of the year is coming around.
The Holiday Classic is back on Christmas Eve. Let's go! Tune in to NFL Network for an epic primetime showdown.
It's time for the holiday.
We're going to set the tone. As the Patriots. There's that speed. And the Broncos. Touchdown! Light up mile high for an AFC clash on Sunday night. The NFL Holiday Classic, Christmas Eve at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network and streaming on NFL Plus.
Join us on Monday, Christmas Day, for a special NFL triple header. First, Jason Horowitz and the Las Vegas Raiders travel to Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, followed by the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Then in the nightcap, the Baltimore Ravens take on the San Francisco 49ers. Our holiday coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on most of these same stations. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for more details or to listen to the live stream for free. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. 10:43 to go, second quarter. Chargers have a 10-0 lead. They'll start another drive backed up inside their own 5-yard line, but the Chargers defense continues to do the job, James.
They really do, but let's switch over to the Chargers offense. The last Charger offensive play ended on a really good blitz by the Buffalo Bills. But if you do that, you end up in man-to-man coverage against some really fast receivers in Jaws Palmer, Guyton, and Quentin Johnson, so that speed can get to you if you go man-to-man coverage.
Pistol formation on 1st and 10. Stick will hand it off to Eckler, who plows straight ahead, carries tacklers with him, and he's all the way out across the 7-yard line. Jordan Poyer got taken for a ride by Austin Eckler. He gains 3, and that'll bring up second down at 7.
Now, you can look at my pencil legs and tell that I couldn't squat a whole lot. Austin Eckler is one of those guys that when he goes to the squat rack, people come and watch. So that way, you jump on his back, he can just keep running down the field.
People watched you. They were just concerned about you, though.
Yeah.
Second down and 7. Twin receivers left and right. Stick lines up in the gun, lifts that right leg, takes the snap, back to pass, looks right, looks middle, throws down the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get that to Gerald Everett just outside the left hash mark at the 15. Taron Johnson was in coverage, and now 3rd and 7 coming up for L.A.
Now, I mentioned about those speed guys, and the guy that I didn't mention is Keenan Allen, who's not up for this ball game. A mastercraft runner. When you watch him run a 10-yard route, he can run it 5 different ways and get to exact same spot for the quarterback. They don't have that here. They have more speed guys down the field, and you've seen him trying to use his tight ends, Gerald Everett and company, a little bit more for that underneath throw.
Trips left, single man right, stick back to pass, quick throw left side, caught by Palmer along the numbers, and he's got basically nothing there. He gets across the 10 to the 11-yard line, but that's it. Bernard with the tackle, gain of just 3, and the Chargers will punt the football away.
That's a huge win for the Bills on defense. Complimentary football, you get a great kick inside the 5-yard line. You don't allow a first down. Now you're going to get a chance to get in positive field position. Now all of a sudden, Hardy, who fumbled earlier, has to make sure he secures the catch and takes care of the football all the way to the ground.
J.K. Scott will punt from about 4 or 5 yards deep in his end zone with Hardy back standing just inside his own 40. Scott waits on the snap. He's got it chest high, under no pressure, gets away a high spiraling kick. Hardy takes a look. He's moving up. He's got it right around the 40-yard line. Jumps to his left, now moves to his right, gets out toward the sideline, and he's run out of bounds by Nick Neiman on the far side. At around the 42 or the 43-yard line, it's a 49-yard punt and a short return. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
Get daily football news on the players and teams that matter to you on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Bills will start this drive from their own 43, 1st and 10, 9:12 to go second quarter, 10-0 Chargers on top. Josh Allen lines up in the shotgun with James Cook to his right. 3 receivers left, single man right. Allen gets the shotgun snap. He's back to pass, looking left, under pressure, now moving to his right. Allen still looking downfield, floats downfield for Davis. He's got it inside the 20, inside the 15, all the way to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown Bills. Gabe Davis got behind the defense, and Josh Allen laid it out perfectly. A 57-yard touchdown, and just like that, the Bills are on the board.
You don't expect big play Gabe Davis to be lined up against K-Mac, an inside linebacker, one-on-one downfield, but because of the scramble rules. And once Josh Allen went to the outside of the field, if you're near somebody as a defender, you've got to stick with them. You've got to, what they say, plaster. That time there was a crack in the plaster.
Tyler Bass is on for the extra point, trying to make it a 10-7 game. Reed Ferguson with the snap to Sam Martin. He puts it down. The kick from Bass is on the way, and it is good. So Josh Allen with the 57-yard touchdown pass to Gabe Davis gets the Bills on the board with 9:02 to go in the first half. Now the Chargers 10, the Bills 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're like most people, you've had your fair share of financial questions. Questions like, can I afford my son's travel hockey team? What if my daughter doesn't get that soccer scholarship? Will I be able to enjoy golf in retirement? At Empower, we know these questions can be stressful. We're here to help answer your what ifs and empower what's next. Join 18 million Americans and take control of your financial future. Start today at empower.com. Sponsored by Empower Personal Wealth.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on us with Unlimited Ultimate. Act now. Visit Verizon.com. iPhone requires Unlimited Ultimate plan first. Service plan required for iPad and Apple Watch. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required first. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit. Up to $459.99 device payment purchase with new line on eligible plan required per Apple Watch or iPad. Less up to $459.99 promo credit per device applied. 0% APR. Additional terms and conditions apply.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar. Hey, what's everyone drinking? 30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks. Cheers! 5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Later on, we'll choose the highlight of the game, sponsored by Wrangler. 75 years of history and still blazing trails. Check out Wrangler.com today to discover new styles and all the latest denim trends. Wrangler, for the ride of life. 9:02 to go in the first half, 10-7. Chargers on top, and James, the Bills had nothing going, just looking for any sort of spark. They got a big spark with that 57-yard touchdown pass from Josh Allen, finding Gabe Davis down the right side.
You know, when you start to draw up your list of top 5 players at various positions, Josh Allen is in everybody's top 5 in that conversation because of what he can do scrambling, what he can do from the pocket, what he can do once he leaves the pocket. He is a quarterback that defensive coordinators, they don't get a lot of sleep that week.
High end over end kick. Davis on the run, gets up to the 10, bobbles it, and has to fall on top of the football around the 9. So a short kick that saw Darius Davis come running up. Got his hands on it at the 10, but it bounced off his chest. He had to dive on it at the 8. And the Chargers once again will be backed up inside their 10-yard line.
Use the rules to your advantage. And by that I mean fair catch that ball. He's really a punt returner. He had 6 punt return touchdowns at TCU. Had another one during the preseason, one during the regular season, so he's dangerous on those short kicks.
2 receivers right, 1 left, stick under center on 1st and 10. Handoff to Eckler, patiently picks his way along the right hash as he crossed the 10-yard line out to about the 13. Terrell Bernard on the stop. It'll be a gain of 5 for Austin Eckler. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
It almost seemed like Austin Eckler ran up to the left guard, crouched down, said, they can't see me. Where's the center? They can't see me here. Where's the right guard? They still can't see me.
2nd down and 5, trips left. Gerald Everett, the tight end, on the right end of the line. Stick in the shotgun with Eckler to his right side. 15 on the play clock. His stick changes something at the line of scrimmage. Rubs his hands together, falls back into the gun. Points with his right hand. Play clock now at 9. Lifts his right leg, takes the snap. Stick will keep it. Running right, gets a block from Eckler. Stick trying to turn the corner, and he's out of bounds up at about the 15-yard line. Rasul Douglas runs him out of bounds. Gain of about 2. That'll leave the Chargers now with a 3rd down and 3.
Now, we mentioned about Darius Davis knowing the rules, fair catching. Easton Stick, you're the quarterback. Know the rules. Once you take the ball and you start running, all your protections are off. Slide. give yourself up, take the yardage that's available, but don't take the unnecessary hits.
See if the Chargers can convert here on 3rd and 3. They're 2 of 5 on 3rd down in the game. They need the 18 for a first down. Now Eckler is going to line up and take the Wildcat snap. Stick goes to the left. Here's the snap. Eckler fakes a toss to Stick, runs left, turns it up, picks up a first down. Outside the numbers across the 20 and out to the 22. Rousseau with the tackle. Eckler took the snap, ran left, faked that toss to Stick, and picks up 7 yards for a Charger first down.
Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator, grew up in a football family. His dad was his high school coach. And when he was old enough, he had to sit on the sidelines and basically draw up plays during practice. So might have drawn up that last one.
Here's a handoff to Eckler running left. Finds a lane, and Eckler across the 30 is going to be close to a first down. He might have it. Leonard Floyd with the tackle. It's going to be a gain of 10. That will be a Charger first down. Eckler, a nice lane over on that left side out to the 32.
You know, the Buffalo Bills are used to playing in primetime games, so the time doesn't affect them a whole lot, but the travel can get to you a little bit. You're on your feet, you're on a plane, you're trying to stay hydrated, do all those things that the coaching staff is telling you. When somebody starts driving the ball and running directly at you, feel a little bit gassed, and I'm watching the Bill players walk around with their hands on their hips.
Pistol formation, here's the snap. Stick fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking, floats it down the right side, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Johnston. Benford was in coverage against him. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. You know, James, you look at Easton Stick so far in the game tonight, he's 9 of 13. He's really gotten good protection from his offensive line.
He really has. He's had the one sack that he took where he kind of just ate the ball, didn't want to throw it into harm's way. But he's had that time to throw the ball in the pocket. And I think it has surprised the Buffalo Bills because they are essentially, first off, a 4-man rush. But when they do bring pressure, they don't have the corners that they would like to have to cover people one-on-one.
Trips to the right, Stick in the gun on 2nd down and 10. Takes the snap, little toss to Kelly, running left to the numbers, and he is wrapped up immediately and driven backwards. No gain on the play. In fact, that'll be a loss for Kelly, a loss at 2. Tyrell Dodson wrapped him up on the outside, drove him backwards. Now 3rd and 12 coming up for L.A.
You know, a guy like Tyrell Dodson you used to call a tweener. He wasn't big enough to play linebacker. He wasn't fast enough to play safety. But right now, at 6 feet, 237 pounds, he's ideal for that outside linebacker position because he can do both. And with 25 on, you don't know if he's a linebacker or safety.
Trips right, single man left on 3rd and 12. Stick in the gun, lifts his right leg, takes the snap. Blitz coming, Stick back, looking, steps up in the pocket. Flags are down, Stick will run to his right across the 35, out to the sideline to the 40, dives for the marker. He's out of bounds. I'm not sure that he got there. Poyer and Rapp combined on the tackle, but there is a penalty flag back behind the play, and it looks like this is coming back. And it is going to be a hold against the Chargers. So the Bills brought the blitz and got pressure that time.
Holding offense, number 7, 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
I think he said 7, which would be Gerald Everett, the tight ends, who stayed in the block.
And you don't always blame guys when the quarterback scrambles, because like I said, there almost needs to be a call, like, gone, I'm gone out the pocket, let go of everybody. So when you're pass protecting and that guy's in front of you, you do grab jersey, and you hold those hands inside. And the minute that he starts to chase outside of where you're holding him, that's when those yellow flags start to come out.
So back it up to the 20, it's 3rd and 22. 2 receivers right, 1 left, Stick in the gun, gets the snap, back to pass, screen right side. It's caught by Everett falling down at the line of scrimmage, and he's touchdown right there by Benford. Trying to go to that tight end screen, and Gerald Everett slipped and fell. Guys have been slipping all over the place tonight. No gain on the play, and on 4th and 22, the Chargers will punt.
That throw was a little inaccurate. And remember on the sideline when Easton Stick was going for the first down, he got sandwiched? As he walked back to the huddle, he walked back very slowly, as if he was trying to catch his breath. So he got hit right around the ribs. I would think they would check him out once he goes to the sideline and see if he's 100%.
J.K. Scott on to punt. Gets the snap. Here's the kick. High spiraling kick. Deontay Hardy backing up inside the 30. He's got it around his own 27. Starts right now straight ahead across the 30. Over the 35. And he's wrapped up at about the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. So a 54-yard punt. But the Bills once again will have decent field position around their 37 when we come back. With 4:29 to go in the first half, it's the Chargers 10, the Bills 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
Is your battery dead? At AutoZone, you can get the right Duralast battery to get you back on the road. Duralast batteries are designed to deliver OE performance and strong starts, even in extreme weather conditions. When you have a battery problem, get the right Duralast battery for your vehicle at AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Every Monday, Rich Eisen and Chris Brockman react to what's happening in the world of football on Overreaction Monday.
Dolphins, Final Four AFC team.
Oh, that is not an overreaction at all. I'm with you.
They're in.
I am in.
The other 3 Final Four teams, if you were asking me to call my shot, this is the Overreaction Monday podcast.
Call your shot.
Entertainment purposes only, unless I'm right.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Dolphins, Bills,
Ravens.
Final Four.
Overreaction Monday, the podcast, wherever you listen.
A reminder to stay with us for the Saturday NFL Halftime Report on Westwood 1, sponsored by Wendy's. Jason Horowitz will recap Game 1 of our doubleheader. That Steelers win against the Bengals. Coming up on the Wendy's Halftime Report. Wendy's Peppermint Frosty is back for the holidays, so take some time to chill this year. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
What?
I know.
Vanilla Frosty temporary on the building.
Don't get me started. Went to the drive-thru the other day. I was very much looking forward to a Vanilla Frosty. Temporarily unavailable.
I think if you order a Vanilla Frosty, you would get 2 chocolate Frosties because they couldn't deliver what you wanted with your first choice.
Now, do you dip your fries into the Frosty when you go to Wendy's?
I keep my Frosty and my fries separate but equal.
You, sir, are missing out, is all I have to say to you.
Why do they call them fries? You have fried them, not frozens.
All right. The fries do work in the Peppermint Frosty, by the way, as well, just so you know.
Now that I understand.
And the Peppermint Frosty is, I will say, the Peppermint Frosty is delicious. Peppermint Frosty is great. I do like the Vanilla Frosty, however. Bills will take over at their own 37, 1st and 10. With 4:29 remaining in the first half. 10-7. Chargers on top. Allen will line up in the gun. Single receiver split to the right, 2 receivers left. Cook moves from Allen's right to his left. Allen back to pass, throws over the middle. Got Dawson Knox wide open across the 45. And he's out to about the 46, maybe the 47-yard line. So Josh Allen with a quick throw to Dawson Knox, his 19th catch of the year. Justin Hollins on the stop. Gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and a yard.
So let's see if the Bills can have a drive. They had a big play for a touchdown in the last possession, but they haven't had a drive where they put together a drive and collect a lot of first downs and then score points. So that's, I think, what they'd like to accomplish right here.
Allen goes under center on 2nd down and a yard. Handoff. Cook runs left. 1st down across the 50. Dancing into Charger territory to the 49 before he is wrapped up by Gilman and others. They'll give him progress to the 48. Michael Davis was also there. It's a gain of 6 and a 1st down for the Bills.
And one of those things that you need in a drive, you can't have penalties that set you back. So you can't have a good run of 8 yards and then a holding call that sets you back and all of a sudden you're 2nd and 18. And you can't do it on pass plays. All the little things have to get combined and go together, and that would really defeat kind of the attitude that the Chargers defense has, because they think they can stop the Bills right now.
Allen under center on 1st and 10. Handoff. Cook running left. And James Cook takes it out toward the numbers, down to the 45, maybe the 44-yard line for Cook. Khalil Mack was there on the tackle. Gain of about 3.5. 2nd down coming up.
You know, you mentioned about the quarterback, Josh Allen, how he felt like, I didn't do much last week in the win. I didn't have my normal 250 to 300-yard game. I didn't vault over a couple people for touchdowns. He's got to be almost content with that. Do what is required when you have to get it done, but you don't have to do everything if you're Josh Allen.
Slot right, single man left on 2nd and 6. Allen, quick throw, right side, out to the outside, caught by Davis, turns back in across the 30, down to the 25, and he's ridden down at the 24. Gabe Davis made that tackle, turned back inside, and picks up 20. Derwin James on the stop. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bills. Clock rolling, 2:20 to go in the first half.
And that was an interesting matchup. Gabe Davis against Asante Samuel. Asante Samuel is quick, fast. He's 5'10", 180. Gabe Davis is a big receiver at almost 230 pounds, but he looked like the quicker of the 2 players on that last exchange.
Davis, 3 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Bills will be content to let it run down to the 2-minute warning. So we will step aside with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Chargers lead the Bills 10-7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet on the BetQL Network, weekdays 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is the BetQL Network?
The BetQL Network is where the smartest sports betting talk meets the most entertaining sports betting talk. We call it Wagertainment.
Not bury the lead here. Folks, Jenks is 7-0 this week.
I love ugly football. This is so degenerate. Is this a live betting game?
Listen to the BetQL Network anywhere and anytime on the new and improved Odyssey app, or watch us on twitch.tv/BetQL, presented by the King of Sportsbooks, BetMGM. MGM and GameSense reminds you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-5050. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Iowa, call 1-800-BETS-OFF. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help in Michigan. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
COVID-19 can keep you on the sidelines. If you're more likely to get very sick from COVID, ask your doctor if prescription oral treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com, sponsored by Pfizer. 2 minutes to go first half. Chargers 10, Bills 7. Chargers have led the entire half, with the Bills driving and threatening here late in the first half with the ball at the Chargers' 24-yard line. First down and 10 after that throw to Gabe Davis. Josh Allen will line up in the gun. He's got James Cook to his left. Two receivers stacked left, single man right, extra offensive lineman in the ball game for Buffalo. Allen now walks up under center, takes the snap, he's back, handed off Cook, runs outside the right hash across the 20, and James Cook explodes his way down to the 16-yard line. James and Hawkins together on the stop. That'll be a gain of 8, bring up 2nd and 2, and man, James Cook, a wide open lane to run through.
And what we're seeing in the National Football League with these motions, it used to be when a receiver went in motion, it looked like he was going out for a jog. He was going to run about 5 miles. Now it is a 100-meter sprint out the blocks, and it happens so fast. You get a linebacker stepping one way, it creates a big hole in pass coverage and also in the run game.
Second down 2. Here's a handoff to Leonard Fournette off the right side, and Fournette gets low and tunnels his way down to the 10-yard line. Leonard Fournette off the right side just ducked down beneath everybody. Derwin James eventually able to make the stop, but it's a gain of 6. It'll be 1st and goal for Buffalo.
You kind of forget about Leonard Fournette. Came into the league with Jacksonville. He's been a couple of other places, but he is big. And he can, motor. He may not win a 100-yard dash, but the first 30 or 40 yards, he's going to keep up with everybody. And you can see that power coming through the line, the last carry by Leonard Fournette.
Allen under center takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Fournette. Runs left along the hash, inside the 5, and he's down around the 3. Kenneth Murray with the tackle. That'll be a gain of about 8 yards. And a timeout will be taken by Buffalo. They'll stop the clock with 41 seconds remaining in the half. Now, let me correct myself. I said 1st and goal a moment ago. The nose of the football was not quite to the 10-yard line, so the Bills could get a first down without a touchdown. That first down marker is just shy of the goal line. Either way, the Bills in a good spot, still with a couple timeouts left.
And really, the Bills, that offensive line, big and stout, getting pushed. And what you want to be able to do down here, there are a lot of double-team blocks that you have. You get a double-team block now, you don't come off to the linebacker. You just push that double-team block back into the linebacker, and he really can't clog the hole up like he would out in the open field.
James Cook checks back into the lineup. Ball is resting at the 2-yard line. Second down and about a yard to go. 2 receivers right, 2 tight ends left. Allen in the gun sends Cook in motion to the right. Allen will keep it, running off the right side and strolls to the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen from 2 yards out has given Buffalo the lead late in the first half. 38 seconds to go in the second quarter. 13-10 Bills with the extra point try coming up.
You know, you have James Cook at running back, 5'10", maybe 200 pounds. Leonard Fournette comes in, 6'1", 225 pounds. And then you get a lot of relief. Quarterback runs it. He's only 6'5", 240 pounds.
Tyler Bass on for the point after. Bass with the kick. It is on the way, and it is good. So the Buffalo Bills have taken the lead, their first of the night, with 38 seconds to go in the first half. It's the Bills 14 and the Chargers 10. And it's time for our Shopify fact of the game. That rushing touchdown for Josh Allen was the 50th of his career. He joins Cam Newton as the only quarterbacks in NFL history with 50 rushing touchdowns. In addition, that is the 11th game this year that Josh Allen has had a rushing touchdown, and that is an NFL single-season record. It's your Shopify facts of the game. Want to sell smarter? Get Shopify. Shopify's commerce platform helps you sell more with the best converting checkout on the internet. Get a $1 per month trial at shopify.com/football. Touchdown run number 12 on the season for Josh Allen. That's also a single-season career high. Caps off that 8-play, 63-yard drive. And the Bills managed that beautifully. Just 38 seconds to go in the half as they will kick it away to the Chargers. Darius Davis, Alex Erickson back deep to return. Bass on the approach. End over end kickoff. Erickson backing up, signals for a fair catch, and now we'll let the ball bounce in the end zone. And the Chargers will have it at the 25-yard line. Now, James, the Chargers do have 3 timeouts. Do you get aggressive here, or knowing you get the ball to start the second half, you just take it to the locker room and try to regroup?
So I can't help but do this tongue-in-cheek. You got to remember, this is a coaching staff that has undergone a little bit of change in the last 10 days. So, yes, you can be aggressive, but you don't want to be silly and put your players in a bad situation here because they're in the ball game and being real competitive. So you would go for a semi-easy play.
Now they'll hand it off to Eckler on first down, breaks a tackle at the line, plows his way across the 30 to the 31 before he is stacked up and driven backwards by Ed Oliver. It's a 6-yard run for Eckler. The Chargers not calling timeout, and they will start to walk towards the sideline, and it looks like they will be content to go to the locker room down by 4. A first half, James, where the Chargers had the lead almost the entire way. Buffalo gets the late touchdown, though, from Josh Allen. They have the 14-10 lead going to the break.
And I love that word content, because contentment is not the fulfillment of what you want, but the realization of how much you already have. So down 14-10, they're realizing they're still in this ballgame.
That's the end of the first half here at SoFi Stadium with the score. The Bills 14 and the Chargers 10. When we return, Jason Horowitz rejoins us from our studios with the Wendy's Halftime Report. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon. It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE, all on us with Unlimited Ultimate. Go to your local Verizon store now. iPhone requires Unlimited Ultimate plan first. Service plan required for iPad and Apple Watch. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required first. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit. Up to $459.99 device payment purchase with new line on eligible plan required per Apple Watch or iPad. Less up to $459.99 promo credit per device applied. 0% APR. Additional terms and conditions apply.
The holidays are back, and they can be a lot, but luckily something else is coming back this season. Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. That's right. Everybody's favorite cold and creamy treat is back on the wish list this year. And if you need a little more pep in your step, get yourself a refreshing Peppermint Frosty Cream Cold Brew. Celebrate the season with the return of Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
Welcome to the NFL Halftime Report on Westwood One, sponsored by Wendy's. Wendy's Peppermint Frosty is back for the holidays, so take some time to chill this year. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable. Once again, here's your host, Jason Horowitz.
Chargers get out to a great start with interim coach Giff Smith at the helm. They led the Bills 10-0 less than 90 seconds into the second quarter. But a Josh Allen 57-yard pass to Gabe Davis and then a 2-yard run late in the half. And it's Buffalo 14, LA 10 at the break. Happy to have you back with us here in our Westwood One studios. Hope you were enjoying a nice holiday weekend, at least the start of it so far. It got going on Westwood One earlier with the first game of our Saturday doubleheader. The 7-7 Steelers home for the 8-6 Bengals. Cincinnati had won 3 in a row with Jake Browning at the helm. Pittsburgh had lost 3 in a row, including to 2 really bad teams, New England and Arizona. They had run to their third quarterback in Mason Rudolph, and part of the talk all week in Pittsburgh, aside from about Mike Tomlin, it's about George Pickens, their second-year receiver out of Georgia, second-round pick. Didn't block last week, cost him a chance at a touchdown. His effort has been criticized heavily. So what do? Well, how about on the second play of the game, at least on their offensive series, you feed him.
3 receivers in the set, getting the football. Rudolph, he throws left, that's caught. Misses Pickens, 30. He's broken it free across the midfield logo. 40, 30, down the far sideline. 10, 5, touchdown! George Pickens, 86 yards! And for all the talk in Pittsburgh, now the loudest cheer of all. And on just the second play from scrimmage, the longest play of the year for the Steelers. They lead the Bengals 6-0, 10:45 to play in the first.
Well, and they would pick off Jake Browning twice in the first half, and they would go on to lead 24-0 at the break. They had 263 yards in the first half and 24 points. They had hit both of those totals in the same game once all year, and they had done it in the first half. Now, Bengals came out of the locker room. They had their own long pass, an 80-yard touchdown. T. Higgins from Jake Browning got it too, kind of back in it, except not, because just a few plays later, it was that man again.
Rudolph gets the ball. He throws quickly down the near sideline for Pickens. Caught it on the shoulder. Down the near sideline, 20, 10, and he high steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 66 yards on 3rd down and 1. And the Steelers lead the Bengals 38 with 9:38 to play in the third.
Yeah, George Pickens had a monster day. 4 catches, 195 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He joins Louis Lips from the 1988 Pittsburgh Steelers as the only 2 Steelers players in franchise history to have 2 65-yard touchdowns or longer in the same game. Steelers beat the Bengals 34-11. They keep playoff hopes alive, moved to 8-7. They dropped Cincinnati to 8-7 as well. And for Mike Tomlin, who was asked, of course he was, about George Pickens' effort.
Man, he made some splash plays that was needed. His pedigree showed, no doubt.
You like the way he responded after the things that happened during the week?
It was appropriate.
All right, so simple thoughts there. It was appropriate. For Mike Tomlin, by the way, they win in Seattle or at Baltimore or a tie in either of the final 2 games, and he will have 17 straight seasons without a losing record, would be 3rd in the NFL behind only Tom Landry's 21 and Bill Belichick's 19. On the other side, everyone thought Bengals were cruising, and for Zach Taylor, it didn't come to fruition.
Turnovers on offense, missed opportunities there. That was big plays on defense. Man, put ourselves in a hole. Saw us starting to fight back there at the start of the second half, and then again, an explosive kind of put some separation in the game. So this is a humbling lead. This is a humbling day, and we're going to have to quickly be able to make the corrections and put this behind us, and we still have plenty to play for next week in Kansas City.
Yeah, had they won today, their playoff chances were large, but because they lost, playoff predictors be what they are, but they put them around 14-15%. And they have to go win at Arrowhead next week. Chiefs will play on Monday at Browning twice in the first half, and they would go on to lead 24-0 at the break. They had 263 yards in the first half and 24 points. They had hit both of those totals in the same game once all year, and they had done it in the first half. Now, Bengals came out of the locker room. They had their own long pass, an 80-yard touchdown. T. Higgins from Jake Browning got it too, kind of back in it, except not, because just a few plays later, it was that man again.
Rudolph gets the ball. He throws quickly down the near sideline for Pickens. Caught it on the shoulder. Down the near sideline, 20, 10, and he high steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 66 yards on 3rd down and 1. And the Steelers lead the Bengals 38 with 9:38 to play in the 3rd.
Yeah, George Pickens had a monster day. 4 catches, 195 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He joins Louis Lips from the 1988 Pittsburgh Steelers as the only 2 Steelers players in franchise history to have 2 65-yard touchdowns or longer in the same game. Steelers beat the Bengals 34-11. They keep playoff hopes alive, moved to 8-7. They dropped Cincinnati to 8-7 as well. And for Mike Tomlin, who was asked, of course he was, about George Pickens' effort.
Man, he made some splash plays that was needed. His pedigree showed, no doubt.
You like the way he responded after the things that happened during the week?
It was appropriate.
All right, so simple thoughts there. It was appropriate. For Mike Tomlin, by the way, they win in Seattle or at Baltimore or a tie in either of the final 2 games, and he will have 17 straight seasons without a losing record, would be 3rd in the NFL behind only Tom Landry's 21 and Bill Belichick's 19. On the other side, everyone thought Bengals were cruising, and for Zach Taylor, it didn't come to fruition.
Turnovers on offense, missed opportunities there. That was big plays on defense, and put ourselves in a hole. Saw us starting to fight back there at the start of the second half, and then again, an explosive kind of put some separation in the game. So this is a humbling lead. This is a humbling day, and we're going to have to quickly be able to make the corrections and put this behind us. And we still have plenty to play for next week in Kansas City.
Yeah, had they won today, their playoff chances were large, but because they lost, playoff predictors be what they are, but they put them around 14-15%. And they have to go win at Arrowhead next week. Chiefs will play on Monday at home against the Raiders. So the Bengals fall to 8-7. The Steelers improve to 8-7. Both those teams get the extra day before heading out next week. Meanwhile, in L.A., you've got a 14-10 Buffalo lead over the Chargers. Josh Allen, a touchdown pass and a touchdown on the ground. We'll step aside. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
High speed, high tech, and filled with high flyers. Formula One is the world's most elite motorsports league. I'm Sarah Eisen, and my new CNBC documentary, Inside Track, The Business of Formula One, takes a detailed look at what's fueling F1's popularity and who's profiting. You'll hear from the biggest names in the sport, including executives, drivers, and sponsors. Follow the Squawk on the Street podcast and listen to Inside Track, The Business of Formula One, now.
Sirius XM has football covered from every perspective. Hear daily analysis of the National Football League on NFL Radio Channel 88.
He's playing some great football. Not good football, but some great football.
The most in-depth college football talk on College Sports Radio Channel 84 and our Power 5 conference channels.
They want to play fast, gas the defense, hit big plays.
And get expert fantasy football advice on Fantasy Sports Radio Channel 87.
This guy has a chance to be a baller. He has the most upside in the history of fantasy football.
It's an all-out blitz of football talk on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app. On SiriusXM, the NFL experience goes far beyond game day. And your SiriusXM subscription gives you all the access you need to the NFL content you crave every game. With your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app.
He caught it for a touchdown!
Hear live talk shows discussing all the different angles.
He's been injured, but he knows how to win.
Passionate debates on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Interviews with coaches and players on NFL Radio. And advice on your fantasy lineups on Fantasy Sports Radio. All the NFL content you need, all on the SiriusXM app.
Guess who's coming to town? Actually, we were thinking of another legend.
Hey, it's me, Smokey Robinson.
Smokey is gift wrapping Christmas soul classics from the 60s and 70s on his very own channel.
Merry Christmas, baby. I'm gonna play some of my favorite Christmas songs. I love this time of year. This Christmas. It's Smokey's Holiday Soul Town.
Now through Christmas Day on Channel 74 and the SiriusXM app.
Receivers left, single man right. Allen gets the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Looking left, under pressure. Now moving to his right. Allen still looking downfield. Floats downfield for Davis. He's got it inside the 20, inside the 15, all the way to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown Bills. Gabe Davis got behind the defense, and Josh Allen laid it out perfectly. A 57-yard touchdown, and just like that, the Bills are on the board.
Yeah, they were needing something after just 41 yards of offense in the first quarter, and that got it going. Josh Allen, touchdown pass. He also had a 2-yard touchdown run. It's Buffalo 14 and the Chargers 10 at the half. Don't forget that tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, we keep the NFL weekend going. Christmas Eve, Sunday Night Football right here on many of these same stations with the Broncos playing host to the Patriots. It all gets going at 7:30 Eastern. And then on Monday, a Christmas Day NFL triple header. First, the Raiders travel to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs, followed by the Giants and the Eagles. Then in the nightcap, the Ravens battling the Niners. Our holiday coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern on most of these same stations. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for all the details. If it's the NFL, it is on Westwood One. This has been the Westwood One NFL Halftime Report, sponsored by Wendy's. Wendy's Peppermint Frosty is back for the holidays, so take some time to chill this year. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty, at the moment, temporarily unavailable. 14-10, Bills leading the Chargers. When we return, back to Ryan Radke and Hall of Famer James Lofton. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or apply stop to opt out. Not available in all states. For risks and restrictions, visit orhealth.com. Use as directed.
Do you want to help take back control of your drinking? Do you want a stronger heart, a healthier liver, and clearer skin? Do you want more energy, better sleep, and more mental clarity? What about improved relationships and performance at work? Help take back control of your drinking with OrHealth. OrHealth provides access to medication to help make it easier to drink less or quit. With OrHealth, you could feel more in control in just days. To see if OrHealth is right for you, text ASSIST to 323232. You'll be sent a secure link to a private online assessment. It takes just a few minutes. Most people do it right on their smartphone. If treatment is right for you, a licensed healthcare professional will prescribe medication directly online. OrHealth then sends meds right to your door in discreet packaging. Everything is private, convenient, affordable, and judgment-free. Get started by texting ASSIST to 323232. Take back control with OrHealth. Text the word ASSIST to 323232. Text ASSIST to 323232.
Welcome back to Los Angeles, along with Hall of Famer James Lofton. I'm Ryan Radke. It's part 2 of our special Saturday NFL doubleheader on Westwood One, the Bills and the Chargers. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Indeed. Make the hiring process work for you with Indeed's end-to-end hiring solution. You can attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Well, the Bills outgained the Chargers 186-150 in the first half. 145 of those yards for the Bills came in the second quarter. Josh Allen was 7 of 11 for 124 yards and a touchdown. Easton Stick in his second start, 10 of 14 for 101 yards. James Cook, 8 carries, 37 yards. Josh Allen had a touchdown run. Austin Eckler had 9 carries for 47 yards. And for the Bills, Gabe Davis had 3 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown. All right, James, let's look ahead to the second half. What's going to decide this thing? Chargers great in the first quarter. Bills kind of took over in the second quarter.
Well, the star players, and not just the quarterbacks, but for the Buffalo Bills, get Stephon Diggs involved in this ball game. Throwing the ball twice early, doesn't have any yardage to show for it. Austin Eckler, on the other hand, 10 touches in this ball game. That's really been what they need to kind of keep the pressure off of Easton Stick. So Austin Eckler, Stephon Diggs, they need to have big second halves for their ball clubs to win this game.
All right, time for the second half kickoff. It's sponsored by Boot Barn. Boot Barn celebrates the values of honesty, hard work, ingenuity, and perseverance, proudly offering a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn, keep west. Chargers won the coin toss. They deferred their option to the second half, so they will start it here in the third quarter on offense. Darius Davis and Alex Erickson back deep to return the Tyler Bass kickoff. Chargers won the first quarter. Bills won the second. 2 more to go here at SoFi Stadium. Bills need a win to stay firmly in the playoff conversation. Chargers just looking for something positive here at the end of what has been a very, very difficult season for them. Tyler Bass with it teed up at the 35-yard line. Bills in the white jerseys, white pants, white helmets. Chargers in the powder blue tops, gold pants, and white helmets tonight. Bass on the approach, high end-over-end kick, and there's the fair catch that James Lofton was asking for earlier. Davis fumbled it again, but he goes back to collect it, and the Chargers will have it at the 25, and Darius Davis is having all kinds of trouble with these high kickoffs from Tyler Bass. Fortunately, that time, able to maintain possession, and the Chargers will start at the 25, 1st and 10. Well, we mentioned Easton Stick, 10 of 14, 101 yards in that first half. Really got off to a good start. Terrific protection from his offensive line. He also had a touchdown run in that first half. He'll line up here in the shotgun with Austin Eckler to his right. Two receivers stacked to the right side. Quentin Johnson, single man left. Again, no Keenan Allen tonight. Missing his second straight game with a heel injury. Davis in motion from right to left. Stick back on a play fake. Plants his feet. Plenty of time to survey the field. Throws over the middle. Caught by Gerald Everett. Takes a shot just shy of the 30-yard line. Flags come in from both sides. Taron Johnson made the stop. Let's see about the flags. Came from both sides of the formation right after that hit laid on Everett, who is still down on the ground. Officials talking it over right around the 30 where the hit took place.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 7. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the results of the play. Automatic first down.
So that goes against Johnson, who made the tackle. And, James, we're getting a look at the replay up here. I guess they're saying that Johnson lowered and led with his head.
And it wasn't a devastating blow. The second part of the blow, Ed Oliver came in and kind of, I think, twisted Gerald Everett around a little bit. But two guys who are both lowering their shoulders and their heads inadvertently hit, I think.
Yeah, that's a tough call for me against Taron Johnson. So they'll move it out to the 44-yard line. And the Chargers will have a 1st and 10 there. All the Buffalo fans that are here not very happy about that call, and some of the Bills defenders urging them on to express a little more displeasure. 1st down and 10, Stick in the gun with Eckler to his right. 3 receivers left. Stone Smart, who had a reception in the first half, tight end to the right. Here's the snap. Stick back, throws short right, caught by Eckler, turns back inside across the 50, over the 45, still going down to the Bills' 42. So Austin Eckler makes that catch, avoids a tackle, and picks up a 1st down. Bernard and Rapp together on the tackle, gain of 14, 1st down LA.
So you have a fake to Austin Eckler going from left to right, coming out of the backfield. He ends up in the right flat. And he's so dangerous once he's one-on-one because of the stop and start ability.
Here's a handoff to Eckler running left toward the numbers, and he takes it down to the 40-yard line. Gain of 2 for Eckler on that run. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Bill's going with a little bit of a hurry-up. I like the pace that they're going with because they're at the line of scrimmage. It makes Sean McDermott send in the defense. He can't have a lot of changes or blitzes.
3 receivers right, Stick in the gun with Eckler to his left on 2nd down and 8. Ball is on the far side, left hash at the Bills' 40-yard line. Stick motions out to his right, lifts his right leg, takes the snap, back to pass, blitz coming. Stick throws left side, incomplete. Got rid of that ball. He had Eckler out there, but Eckler had not even turned around yet. Easton Stick had a rush coming right in his face. I think that was Shaq Lawson off the edge, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
You know, Shaq Lawson, it seems like he's been around for 20 years, even though he really hasn't. But he can still bring it, and he's the 3rd rusher that they have from that edge position that they call. Leonard Floyd, 10.5 sacks, Vaughn Miller, Shaq Lawson, all experienced guys who somehow find a way to get in the quarterback's vision, that line of sight, and that time an off-target throw was forced.
Chargers late to the line of scrimmage, just 4 on the play clock, 3 receivers right. Stick back in the gun, play clock running down, they get the snap off, rush coming, and Stick is buried back at midfield. He had no chance as that rush came from Rasul Douglas, and Easton Stick is drilled for a loss of 10, and that will take the Chargers out of field goal range. They'll punt it away.
Now, just like you and I are watching that play clock tick down, Easton Stick is doing the same thing. So now what he's not able to do is to read the defense, to see what's happening. He's looking at it. That leg is going up and down like an elderly gentleman who has to get to the bathroom. And he's waiting on that ball, and as soon as that ball comes, his vision goes straight to the ball, and he can't see the defense coming after him.
J.K. Scott with an end-over-end punt. Deontay Hardy signals fair catch. He's got it at the 10-yard line. So a 40-yard punt. There is no return, and we will step aside with 12:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Bills 14, Chargers 10. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
This is NASCAR champion Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski. What is SiriusXM NASCAR Radio? It's a place to talk about your favorite sport.
You know, I renew my subscription. It never comes off this channel. The whole day is awesome.
It's a place to hear from the biggest names in NASCAR.
Joey Logano, what are you doing?
I got the SiriusXM set up at my house so I can jump on more often.
Joey, I want to first thank you for doing this. This is awesome for the fans.
It's a trusted source for breaking news.
Major stories today, my friends. Let's get down to business.
I'm in the hauler with the breaking news story.
It's every NASCAR race heard live, including in-car radios.
Logano gets into the back. He shoves him up the racetrack. Stay out, stay out, stay out. Trust me.
Custer's going to go for the lead here. They get door to door with each other.
And it's classic races that honor the history of the sport.
Dale Earnhardt is going to win the Daytona 500.
So what is SiriusXM NASCAR Radio? It's your 24/7 home for all things NASCAR.
The way you guys cover these races is unbelievable.
Channel 90 and on the SiriusXM app.
Christmas Day means a couple of things: presents, family, and NBA action.
Lobs up top for Giannis, who flushes it through.
NBA Radio is getting you ready for all the holiday hoops with our Christmas preview special.
The NBA historically has owned Christmas Day. They'll own Christmas Day again with these matchups. They're beginning to sound a lot like Christmas.
Exactly.
Starting to look good.
Tune in throughout Christmas Eve and Christmas morning as we break down all 5 games. NBA Radio Channel 86 and the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM has the NFL covered from every angle. Hear all pro analysis on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88.
This team is not built to succeed.
Join the passionate debate on Mad Dog Sports Radio Channel 82.
You gotta be kidding me!
And get expert fantasy football advice on Fantasy Sports Radio Channel 87.
Joe in Florida, let's fix your fantasy lineup.
It's an all-out blitz of football talk on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Brian Radke, James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth at SoFi Stadium. Give your team an edge with Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry, plus fast delivery and 24/7 support. When you call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. 12:46 to go third quarter. Bills 14, Chargers 10. Chargers had a nice drive going there. They got it to the Buffalo 40, but the drive stalls. Easton Stick sacked by Rasul Douglas on third down. And now the Bills will take over first down and 10. Allen under center with an offset eye behind him. Cook is the tailback. Receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Handoff Cook. Starts right, bends it back left. Takes it across the line of scrimmage out to the 13. Chargers say the ball is out. The officials are coming in to have a look.
I haven't seen an official point to the ground, but I can see him with 2 fingers up, so going second down.
Tui Pelotu made that stop. Looked like Eric Kendricks came out of there with the football.
So if you're Gift Smith, do you now throw the challenge flag out?
Boy, that's awfully close. See if that ball came out before Cook's knee hit the ground. There did appear that there was a clear recovery, but there has been no movement from the Chargers sideline yet.
All of those decisions that he used to make in his head about what he could do.
And now what do we have? There is a stoppage. I didn't see a red flag come out.
Well,
did the Bills take time out?
The Bills did not get a new 25 seconds after everybody was on the pile, bottom of it, doing all that. So Sean McDermott had to run down the sideline.
There is no charge timeout. The officials were resetting the play clock to 25 seconds because the ball was delayed being made ready for play.
All right, so they'll reset the play clock. Meantime, now Gift Smith has had more time to think about if he wants to challenge this or not.
All right. Please reset the game clock to 12:23. Play clock to 25 seconds. Both clocks will start at my ready for play signal.
So they put 26 seconds back on the game clock. Play clock at 25. Bills will have a second down and 7 from the 13. Allen goes under center. Cook is the single back. Receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Allen back on a play fake. Plants his feet. Steps up in the pocket. Moving to his right. Fires deep down the middle of the field for Diggs. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the Chargers around the LA 45. It's Alohi Gilman. Allen moving to his right. Tried to throw deep back across his body. And Alohi Gilman picks it off. It's his first interception of the year. Third of his career. And the Chargers take over.
Josh Allen needed about 5 more yards on that throw, but because he's moving to his right, trying to throw back to his left, just enough momentum going in that direction. Diggs had to kind of stop and pull up. That ball could have been thrown, now that I'm looking at it on a replay here in the stadium, maybe 10 yards further down the field.
Chargers will take over at their own 42, 1st and 10. Stick in the gun with Eckler to his left. 2 receivers stack right, 1 left. Palmer in motion from right to left. Here's the snap. Handoff. Eckler runs right, finds a lane across the 45, over the 50, into Bills territory at the 49. That'll be a gain of 9 before Taylor Rapp makes the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1. So that is the 2nd turnover by Buffalo in the ball game tonight.
And going hurry up once again are the San Diego. I said it.
You knew it was going to happen at some point.
Knew it was going to happen.
Here's the snap. Handoff. Eckler straight ahead, and Eckler should have the 1st down. Didn't have much room, but enough to move the sticks as he takes it down to the 46 for the LA Chargers, 1st and 10.
It's the powder blues that got me.
I know. And you're a San Diego resident.
Yeah.
1st down and 10 for LA. Trying to capitalize on that Gilman pick. Well, that's been the bugaboo, of course, for Josh Allen, is the turnovers. 2 receivers right, single man left. 1st down and 10 for the Buffalo 46. Everett, the tight end, in motion from right to left. Stick is under center. Takes the snap. Handoff Darius Davis on a jet sweep. Racing left across the Buffalo 40. Out to the sideline on the far side. And he's knocked out of bounds. They'll give him progress to the Buffalo 38. Christian Benford knocked him out of bounds. Gain of 8. And that'll bring up 2nd and 2. Driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal, and law enforcement officers can tell if you're driving high. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA. 2nd down and 2 after the Darius Davis jet sweep. He's on the sideline now as trips go to the right. Palmer in motion from right to left. Stick in the gun. He's got Isaiah Spiller to his left. Here's the snap. Stick's going to keep it. Running left, a lot of room. Across the 35-30. 25 cuts right to the 20. Driving forward down around the 17. Easton Stick faked the handoff. Everybody went to Spiller, and Stick picks up 19. Taylor Rapp on the stop. 1st down for the Chargers in the red zone.
Now, I saw that play a couple of Friday nights ago. I was at a high school game, and it is so appropriate for Easton Stick, a guy who comes from North Dakota State, who uses his legs, who's a very physical player, to have design quarterback runs. You overload one side with 3 receivers, and you have an imbalance defensively, and you don't have somebody to account for that direct quarterback run.
3 receivers right, single man left. 1st and 10 for the Buffalo 17. Stick is going to flip it to Johnson on an end around, racing to the right, looking for a block. Finds one to the 10, inside the 5 and down to the 3. Quentin Johnston took that pitch, but it may be coming back, and it is. A flag on the far side, and I don't think the Chargers got lined up properly.
Illegal formation offense. The left tackle was uncovered and was on the end of the line with an ineligible number. 5-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
Well, James, we were talking about this earlier. Whose responsibility is that? Is that the wide receiver not getting up on the line?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, because I'm going to see if you're an honest man now.
It is totally the wide receiver's responsibility. And normally they talk about checking with the official. If you're the split end who's supposed to be on the line of scrimmage, you put your front foot on the center's foot. You don't have to look at the official to your outside to check with them, do anything like that. That time, Quentin Johnson, much too deep on his initial alignment.
1st and 15, shotgun snap, Stick back to pass, checks it down short right to Eckler. He's got 2 Bills in front of him, splits him and drives his way to the 20. So a gain of just 2. Benford and Johnson together on the tackle. And that'll bring up a 2nd down play. 2nd down and 13 for the Chargers with 9:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. 14-10 Buffalo.
I used to have an old running back coach. He'd say, dodge 1, split 2. So one time a running back said, what if there are 3 guys? Coach goes, jump as high as you can.
2nd down and 13. Trips to the left. Everett is on the right end of the line. Palmer goes in motion from left to right. Stick in the gun, gets the snap. Back to pass. Looking, throws short right. That's caught. That's actually Spiller. And Spiller is out of bounds at around the 16-yard line. Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. It'll be a gain of 4. And now 3rd down and about 9 coming up for the Chargers, who thought they had a 1st and goal a moment ago before that penalty brought it back. Now, for all the struggles the Chargers have had this year, one thing they've done really well is score touchdowns in the red zone. 65% of their red zone possessions have ended in touchdowns. That's 4th best in the league. They're going to need to convert a 3rd down and 9 here to keep this one alive. 3 receivers right, single man left. Stick in the gun with the play clock running down, and the Chargers are going to take timeout. So Gift Smith comes running down the sideline and calls timeout. That's the first timeout for the Chargers, and the clock stops with 8:05 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Buffalo leading at 14-10. Don't miss the Las Vegas Raiders take on the Kansas City Chiefs in the Nickelodeon NFL Nickmas game. Christmas Day at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, all leading up to Super Bowl 58 on Nickelodeon, sponsored by the NFL. Well, on the last drive, the Chargers were confused, James, and did not call timeout with the play clock running down. Easton Stick got sacked. This time, they do take the timeout before an important 3rd down play.
And it's not that the players don't know what to do. They don't know who's doing it. Keenan Allen being out in this game, we always talk about a receiver that can learn all 4 positions. He can learn the X position, the Z position, the Y position, the F position. He learns all 4 of those. So sometimes these guys who are playing now, Keenan's out. He used to be the F on that play. He was the Y on another play. The Z or the X, they don't know who's supposed to be in which locations.
Trips left, single man right on 3rd and 9. Stick in the gun. He's got Kelly to his right. Here's the snap. Stick back, looking, under pressure. Steps up, hit and sacked. Back at about the 23-yard line, he stepped right up into the waiting arms of Puda Ford, the free agent from Seattle. It's a loss of 7, and Cameron Dicker and the field goal team coming out.
Great job on the back end. The defensive backs, the linebackers. The field is shortened. The safeties aren't going to go back as far, so you can play a very sticky zone coverage. As soon as somebody gets in your area, you jump on them like it's man-to-man. And with those safeties right in line, really good job by the Buffalo Bills.
Dicker hit from 20 earlier. This will be a 40-yard attempt. His kick is up, and it is good. And that will draw the Chargers within a single point with 7:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's the Bills 14 and the Chargers 13. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol, the trusted choice for a close, comfortable shave. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. 7:22 to go in the 3rd, 14-13 Buffalo. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, this is Travis Kelce, NFL tight end and proud member of the Lowe's home team. Lowe's knows when you've got the best price, you've already won. That's why we offer the lowest price guarantee. If you find a better price online or in-store, we'll match it. Now you can score on the top brands from the Lowe's home team picks, like Scotts, LG, and DeWalt. So take on your projects with confidence. Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retail partner of the NFL.
Price match applies to same item, current price of qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Give a little love.
Hurry in for Macy's last-minute gift sale now and take an extra 20% off gift ideas from designers they'll love when you use your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, spend your Macy's money in-store or online. No merchandise exclusions. Can't decide what to get? Give a gift card and let them pick the perfect gift. Find last-minute gifts that never feel last-minute right now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Do you have a game plan for COVID-19? Prescription oral treatments must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms, even if mild. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. 8-play, 36-yard drive after the interception. Cameron Dicker with a 40-yard field goal, and the Chargers within 1 at 14-13. So they've been able to get points off both Bills' turnovers so far tonight and hanging in there down by 1.
But you got to remember that Josh Allen is the king. He's the king of oh-no's and oh-yes. You're on that sideline, you're going, oh no, oh yeah, oh yeah, because he has that rare ability to make a play that 95% of the other quarterbacks in the National Football League cannot make. rolling to his right, throwing back to the left, scrambling, jumping, hurdling. That's what makes him so unique and so valuable. And it's also, oh yeah, oh no.
Cameron Dicker's kickoff through the end zone, so the Bills will start at the 25, 1st and 10. Don't miss all the NFL action next Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video when the New York Jets meet the Cleveland Browns. Of course, you can also hear Thursday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, the NFL app, or online at westwood1sports.com. 1st and 10 for the Bills. Allen under center. Cook is the single back. Handoff to Cook. Starts left. Takes it between the hash marks. And he's out to about the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 for James Cook on 1st down. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Justin Hollins in on the stop along with Otito Abonia. Chargers with kind of a surprising move late in the week when they released Sebastian Joseph Day, one of their interior defensive linemen. He had been a team captain this year, and they just let him go. 2nd down, 6. Allen a quick snap. Toss it to Cook. Running right towards the numbers. Cuts it up at the 30. And he's out to the 31, maybe the 32. Looks like they'll give him the 32-yard line. Derwin James and Obonia together on the stop. Gain of about 3. And 3rd down coming up for the Bills after we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood 1, your home for the National Football League.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Bills with a 3rd down and 3 from their own 32. Trips left, single man right. Allen in the gun, brings Diggs in motion from left to right. Allen takes the snap, back to pass, looking left, looking middle, throws over the middle, caught right at the sticks by Diggs, and they're going to give him the 1st down. He needed the 35, he got to the 36. Kenneth Murray with the tackle, gain of 4 and a 1st down for Buffalo.
When I meet some of today's young wide receivers, you know what they say to me? Tell us about when 3rd and 3 used to be a rundown. What was it like? What did you do out there?
Tell us, Uncle James, about the good old days.
You know, and with that same thought, all the analytics on going for it on 4th down now. Analytics are only weighted 51% is right, 49% is wrong.
2 receivers right, single man left on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cook, who's hit from the backside and brought down right around the line of scrimmage. Nick Williams with good pursuit. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 as we tick down to 5:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Bills 14, Chargers 13.
And I think that was James Cook's 12th run. And so there's been really good containment on him. His longest run, I think, has been 10 yards so far in this ballgame. So they've really bottled him up from what he was able to do last year. I mean, you know, still having 45, 50 yards in the game is good, but not the explosive runs that we normally see from him.
2 receivers right, Diggs single man to the left, Allen to the gun on 2nd down and 10. From his own 36, here's the snap. Allen back, looks left, throws left in the slant, snatched out of the air by Diggs across the 40-yard line. What a catch. Out to the 41. Michael Davis was hanging all over him, and Diggs gets that one out of the air for 5 to bring up 3rd and 5.
That was a grab. Full extension, somebody on your back, pulling on you at the same time, and Diggs, as he's going to the ground and rolling over, holds the ball up in one hand, almost to say, I got it.
3rd down and 5 now for the Bills. Out of the huddle, they'll go with 3 receivers to the right. Gabe Davis is the single man to the left. Allen to the gun. He's got Latavius Murray to his left. Brings a receiver in motion for the right. Takes the snap. Back the pass. Fires over the middle. Juggled and caught by Shakir. Across the 50 to the Charger 45 and all the way down to the 42. Derwin James in coverage with the tackle. Gain of 13. 1st down Buffalo.
So you asked me earlier about whether or not I like a quarterback who would throw fastballs. That was a fastball, but that was behind Shakir. So he had to turn and spin to try and get that. I wasn't real good at doing that. You can handle a ball that's on target that's coming hard, but that was a terrific catch. That might have been the catch of the game for the Buffalo Bills so far.
2 receivers go to the left, including Leonard Fournette, 2 to the right. Now Fournette from outside the numbers will motion her to the backfield. He stops off Allen's left hip. 1st and 10 from the Charger 42. Allen in the gun, gets the snap, fakes to Fournette. Back to pass, going deep, left sideline for Davis. He's got it again inside the 10 and out of bounds. Another perfect throw. Allen drops it in the bucket to Davis, out of bounds at the 6. Gain of 30, it's 1st and goal.
Gift Smith should be reaching for the challenge flag just so his coaches upstairs can maybe tell him was he in or out. We look at it inside here in the stadium. Both feet are in bounds, so that's a catch. Put that red flag back in your pocket.
Officially a gain of 36, first and goal from the 6. Allen in the gun with James Cook to his right. Now Khalil Shakir into the backfield to Allen's left. Receivers either side. Allen gets the snap, holds it out, gives it to Cook, running left. Cook all the way out to the sideline, breaks one tackle and is ridden out of bounds at around the 2 by Eric Kendricks. Well, James Cook getting all the way out to the sideline, stretching the ball forward, but Kendricks keeps him out. 4-yard gain. It'll be second down and goal. Boy, just looking at that throw again to Davis. Another perfect throw by Allen to Davis. He actually got 3 feet down in bounds. Just a beautiful job by him, tight roping the sideline.
It was Gabe Davis against Michael Davis. Michael Davis is a big corner. Never got his hands on Gabe Davis to slow him down or throw him off a little bit. So it was bump. It was just run and chase instead of bump and run.
Allen under center on second and goal. Here's the snap. Handoff Leonard Fournette. Straight ahead. Into the pile. Stood up. Being shoved from both sides. They'll blow it dead at the 1. Well, Fournette being shoved back by the Chargers. Then got a push from his offensive line. But the Chargers hold him up. James and Kendricks lead the LA Charge. It'll be third and goal from a yard out. And now Latavius Murray is in. So Cook is carried. Fournette has carried. Now Murray comes in on third and goal.
And they ran at Khalil Mack thinking he's a smaller guy, more of a speed rusher. Mack plays the run just about as well as anybody who has ever had 100 sacks in the National Football League.
Allen under center, straight ahead, gets a shove from behind by Murray, surging to the goal line. No signal yet. Officials coming in to take a look. It's a touchdown. Second touchdown run of the game for Josh Allen, and the Bills extend the lead, now up 20-13 with 1:23 to go in the third.
You know, you had that hesitancy in the call. The wide receivers who were out wide, Diggs on the particular side where the call was made, the official running in had to kind of get him out and say, get out of the way so I can get to the pile to see where the runner is.
He actually ran right through the back of Stephon Diggs. Boy, Allen initially was stopped short, and it was a second effort that got him into the end zone. Latavius Murray shoving him from behind. Murray actually had his hands on Allen's hips before he even took that snap.
Like a conga line, right?
That's exactly what it was. Allen's 13th touchdown run of the season. And now Bass is on for the extra points. Adrian Hill making the announcement. They did look at it upstairs. All scoring plays reviewed. They have confirmed that Allen was in. And now Tyler Bass trying to make it an 8-point game with 1:28 to go here in the third quarter. Bass says he's ready. Here comes the snap to Martin, puts it down, the kick is on the way, and it is good. So the Buffalo Bills with an 8-point lead, their largest of the game. 1:28 to go in the third. It's Buffalo 21, the Chargers 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or apply stop to opt out. Not available in all states. For risks and restrictions, visit orhealth.com. Use as directed.
Do you want to help take back control of your drinking? Do you want a stronger heart, a healthier liver, and clearer skin? Do you want more energy, better sleep, and more mental clarity? What about improved relationships and performance at work? Help take back control of your drinking with Or Health. Or Health provides access to medication to help make it easier to drink less or quit. With Or Health, you could feel more in control in just days. To see if Or Health is right for you, text ASSIST to 323232. You'll be sent a secure link to a private online assessment. It takes just a few minutes. Most people do it right on their smartphone. If treatment is right for you, a licensed healthcare professional will prescribe medication directly online. Or Health then sends meds right to your door in discreet packaging. Everything is private, convenient, affordable, and judgment-free. Get started by texting ASSIST to 323232. Take back control with Or Health. Text the word ASSIST to 323232. Text ASSIST to 323232.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm Personal Price Plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this voicemail from Leah.
Jake from State Farm. Listen, so sometimes I like to nibble on licorice and pretend I'm a teeny mouse, chewing through wires.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
The holidays are back, and they can be a lot, but luckily, something else is coming back this season. Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. That's right. Everybody's favorite cold and creamy treat is back on the wish list this year. And if you need a little more pep in your step, get yourself a refreshing Peppermint Frosty Cream Cold Brew. Celebrate the season with the return of Wendy's Peppermint Frosty. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
Stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by AutoZone. All season long, you can listen to our broadcast of the NFL live on WestwoodOneSports.com, on the NFL app, by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports, or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms. AutoZone has free battery testing and charging. That's right, get your battery tested and charged for free. Make AutoZone your end zone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Restrictions apply. Josh Allen with his second touchdown run of the game. It's the third touchdown that he has accounted for in the game tonight. 2 rushing and 1 passing. So that gives Allen 40 total touchdowns on the season. He is the league leader in that category. As Tyler Bass hits another high kick, Darius Davis again signals for a fair catch. This time makes it cleanly at the 40-yard line, and the Chargers will start at the 25. First and 10, and that was actually Alex Erickson that made that fair catch. Well, let's check the drive summary, sponsored by Macy's. Shop Macy's last-minute gift sale for gifts that never feel like last minute, like holiday style for her, winter essentials for him, and the hottest toys. Plus, spend your Macy's money and pick out a gift card when you pick up in-store. 10 plays, 75 yards, 5:54 off the clock on the Allen touchdown run, and the Bills now with a 21-13 lead. Easton Stick will line up in the gun with Isaiah Spiller to his right. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation, tight end to the left. Stick wants the shotgun snap. He's got it, fakes to Spiller, back to pass, throws incomplete. Just threw that one at the feet of Nick Vannett. Pressure coming in his face, and that'll bring up a second down and 10. Back to Allen now with 40 total touchdowns on the year. Leads the NFL in that category. He's also become the first quarterback in NFL history to have 40 touchdowns in 4 consecutive seasons. So he continues to find his way into the end zone. 27 passing touchdowns this year, 13 rushing. Second down and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Everett, the tight end, motions from right to left. Now Palmer splits from left to right. Quick pass right side caught by Johnston on the numbers at the 30. And Quentin Johnston dives forward out to the 32-yard line. Gain of 7. Christian Benford the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 3.
There is a catch-to-run transition that you see some receivers make, and it's instantaneous. That time, Quentin Johnson, short pass, cradled it in his body, slowly turned, step by step, inch by inch, as opposed to just the next time he catches it, he'll turn and bolt down the field right away.
3rd down and short. Stick in the gun, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun snap, Stick back to pass, looking, throws short right. That's caught across the 35, and that'll be a first down. So Easton Stick able to fit that one in. That was Alex Erickson. Had Rasul Douglas right on his back. Erickson with his 6th catch of the year, and that'll be a first down on a gain of 3. Is that something, James, that gets better and faster with more experience as Quentin Johnson plays more in this league?
It can, if you believe that you want to make your weaknesses strengths. And so the player has to admit to that the first thing.
2 receivers to the left. 1st and 10 Chargers at their own 36. Here's the snap. Give it to Eckler. Runs left outside the hash marks. And Eckler is able to get out to about the 39 before he is shoved backward. 3-yard gain. Poona Ford leads the charge for the Bills. And that'll bring up second down and 7 when we come back for the 4th quarter. End of 3 here in L.A. with the score. The Bills 21, the Chargers 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Don't miss out on new deals every day during Lowe's 25 Days of Deals. Right now, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories and check off gifts for everyone on your list. Plus, get up to 2 select tools free when you buy a select toolkit. Shop online and pick up curbside for holiday shopping made easy. Because Lowe's knows deals every day. Valid through 12/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Welcome back to SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, along with the Hall of Famer James Lofton. I'm Ryan Radke. Our scores: the Bills 21 and the Chargers 13. The start of the fourth quarter is sponsored by Lowe's. Don't miss out on new deals every day during Lowe's 25 Days of Deals event. Save big on daily deals for the whole home. Now the Chargers hanging in. They had a 10-0 lead early in this game. Bills have kind of taken over since then, and yet we go to the fourth quarter, James, with the Chargers within 8 here against Buffalo.
And Buffalo thinking about the playoffs. I'm glad this isn't a playoff kind of playing game. Just imagine this. If we had Cleveland today. Cleveland with a win and a Cincinnati loss and a Denver loss or tie and a Buffalo loss and a Miami win or tie and an Indianapolis tie. They'd just be tired of thinking about playing a game. So you want to simplify it. Just go win the game.
Well, I think that's the Bills' mindset right now. Just keep on winning. Second down and 8 for the Chargers. They have it at their own 38, trailing 21-13. Easton Stick in the gun with Spiller to his left. Here's the snap. Stick is back with time. Looks, throws right side, and that's a sliding catch made by Guyton up at midfield. So Jalen Guyton coming back to the football. They'll give him progress into Bills territory. Christian Benford with the stop. It's a gain of 11, a first down for L.A.
Very nice job by Spiller. He's lined up on the left side, comes across because the blitz is coming from the right side, so it's across the quarterback's face. Keep that guy stepped out from stepping into the quarterback's vision and completes the pass down the field. So Spiller, gold star on that last play.
Twin receivers left and right, ball just across midfield. Stick in the gun, waits, gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looks, throws across the middle, knocked down, incomplete. Trying to get that one out of his hands quickly, looking for Palmer on the slant. Taron Johnson was in coverage, and that'll bring up second down and 10.
You know, when I played the game and it was in black and white film, the strong safety was a big, imposing guy. You don't have that guy anymore. Now it's the nickelback who has to be versatile, cover wide receivers, blitz, stop the run, do so many things. He's almost becoming more important than having a good, strong safety. If you don't have a good nickelback, you don't have a good secondary.
Trips left on second and 10. Palmer starts in motion to the right, now dances back out to the left. Shotgun snap, blitz coming, Stick is back, he looks, he throws left side, got Palmer, makes the catch inside the 35-yard line. Rapp was in coverage and brings him down. It's a gain of 18 to the 32. Yeah, the Chargers going to go up tempo again.
You give Stick time, he's been really good finding his receivers down the field.
Stick lines up under center, takes the snap, back on a play fake, rolling to his right, looking down the field. He's going to tuck it and run, and he'll scamper out of bounds on the far side at the 30-yard line. Well, we've seen Easton Stick a couple of times turn it up. That time did what James Lofton has been advocating. Didn't slide, but got out of bounds. Gain of 2. And that'll bring up second down and 8 with 13:38 to go in the game. Buffalo 21, Chargers 13. I think Easton Stick has really played pretty well tonight, James. I mean, we're talking about a guy, again, it's just his second start. And it's not like he's gotten a lot of playing time the last couple of years, even off the bench. Under center here, takes the snap, handoff, Eckler running left, and Eckler picks up a yard, getting to the Buffalo 29. That'll bring up third down and 7. I mean, Stick had been a game day inactive for much of the last couple of years. Hadn't played much behind Justin Herbert this year. So even though he's in his 5th season, this is a guy that really still is very much getting his feet wet in terms of game action in the NFL.
And right now, he's about to cross that bridge that good quarterbacks cross routinely. 3rd and 8, close to the red zone, keep the drive going? Do we settle for a field goal attempt, or do we convert first down and get a chance to get a touchdown?
They need the 22 for a first down. 3 receivers right. Stick in the gun, gets the snap. He looks, he throws, right side, incomplete. Put that one on the money, but the receiver, Palmer, was unable to hang on. Taron Johnson applied the hit, and the field goal team is coming out.
And I love what Easton Stick's response was. There's a little bit of fire in him, because he put that ball on the money. There were guys selling out. Austin Eckler stepped up, got Jordan Poyer coming in, flipped him over, and Easton Stick put a dime on him. You've got to come up with that catch to convert that first down. So now Cameron Dicker for a long field goal attempt. He is hit from 20. He is hit from 40. This one will be from 47. It'll come from the near side left hash. Dicker's long this year is 55. He has only missed one field goal all year. Here's the snap, ball down. Dicker with the kick on the way, and it is good. Right down the middle. Cameron Dicker hits his 3rd field goal of the game, and the Chargers down by 5. It's 21-16. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol, the trusted choice for a close, comfortable shave. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. 12:36 to go. Bills 21, Chargers 16. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
A blessed Advent, everybody. I'm Cardinal Timothy Dolan here in New York, inviting you to join me, along with Sirius XM's The Catholic Channel, for a very special Christmas celebration. We'll bring you masses from all over the world, like Midnight Mass from Rome, celebrated by His Holiness Pope Francis on Christmas Eve. We'll also cover masses from Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and even our beloved St. Patrick's Cathedral here in New York City. Why not celebrate Christmas with all of us here at The Catholic Channel, Sirius XM 129.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio.
Oh my goodness, what a play!
From lineup decisions to daily fantasy to dynasty leagues, Sirius XM Channel 87 helps you win your league with expert advice from the guru John Hansen.
Every player, you take a look at the pros and the cons for every player and every factor.
Jeff Ratcliffe.
The best reactions in fantasy football are the most reasonable reactions. They're not the most aggressive reactions.
Michael Fabiano.
That's a fantasy bonanza right there.
Touchdown Tyreek Hill! Touchdown Miami!
Howard Bender.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Jeff Mans.
Making the most moves doesn't result in the most wins.
And so much more.
You've done wonders for me through the years.
Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM has football covered from every perspective. Hear daily analysis of the National Football League on NFL Radio Channel 88.
He's playing some great football. Not good football, but some great football.
The most in-depth college football talk on College Sports Radio Channel 84 and our Power 5 conference channels.
They want to play fast, gas the defense, hit big plays.
And get expert fantasy football advice on Fantasy Sports Radio Channel 87.
This guy has a chance to be a baller. He has the most upside in the history of fantasy football.
It's an all-out blitz of football talk on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app.
Ryan Radke, James Lofton here with the Grainger broadcast booth at SoFi Stadium. Tackle your to-do list with Grainger. From locker rooms to plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 12:36 to go. Bills 21, Chargers 16. Shakir and Fournette back deep to return the kick from Cameron Dicker, who drives it deep. This one headed for the back of the end zone. And the Bills will start at the 25. Later on, we'll select the defender of the game, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Well, now, James, the Chargers need their defense to show up like it did early in the game on those first couple Buffalo drives.
And I think a lot of that was Josh Allen misfired early. He had receivers who were open. And we've also seen Josh Allen take chances when we go, oh, maybe shouldn't have done that. But that's what makes him great. And Josh Allen right now needs to be great so the Buffalo Bills can cash in.
First down and 10, handoff James Cook running off the left side. And Cook able to pick his way forward, pick up 4 to the 29. Austin Johnson with the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. James Cook now with 14 carries in the ball game, 56 yards. He has gone over 1,000 on the season. First Buffalo running back with a 1,000-yard year since LaShawn McCoy back in 2017. 2nd down now. Stephon Diggs, single man left, 2 receivers right. Allen in the gun with Cook to his right side. Allen gets the snap. Quick throw, right side. Caught by Cook. Runs outside the numbers. Cook with a stutter step move across the 35, and he's out of bounds at about the 36. Penalty flag was thrown from behind the play. Officials will talk about it.
Personal foul, tripping, offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty, correction, 15-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
That's Spencer Brown, the right tackle, and that could be a help for this Chargers defense, James.
And you don't get that call very often. Spencer Brown kind of went to cut the defensive lineman, and when he kind of missed, he then flared his leg back as if he was swimming in the pool, kicking those legs. So
that was against Tui Pelotu, who has really had a nice season for the Chargers. The rookie out of USC, 2nd-round pick. Remember, the Chargers still without Joey Bosa, who's on IR. So back it up to the 15-yard line, 2nd and 20. Allen in the gun, receivers left and right. Allen motions Cook out to his right side. Here's the snap. Allen back to pass, steps up in the pocket, moving to his right, looks, fires down the field, caught up at the 35-yard line. Davis across the 40, out to the 42. That'll be a 1st down. Jalen Hawkins with the tackle, gain of 27. There's another flag on the field.
Holding, offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
That's the 2nd holding call against the center, Mitch Morse, tonight, and that wipes out what would have been a big play for the Bills.
Right in the middle, and Mitch Morse, Pelotu, once again, is coming in and just right at the tail end of the play as Josh Allen is kind of moving up through the pocket. You're holding, you don't let go, and you get the call. I don't think it was a egregious hold, but it was called.
So move it back to the 8-yard line, 2nd and 27. Trips right, single man left. Allen in the gun, gets the snap, looks right, nothing there, steps up, gets away from pressure, runs across the 10, and he skids on his knees at about the 12. Kenneth Murray made the tackle. Chargers almost had themselves a sack. That'll be a gain of 4, and now brings up 3rd down and 23, and this is a massive down for the Charger defense.
Well, just a huge opportunity for the Chargers to gain field position, because in their mind, if you're on offense, you're already thinking, we're about to get the ball back. There's no way they're going to get a 1st down against us. If they do, it's such a deflation to the offense that's standing on the sideline, because the offensive players have already put their helmets on, gotten up, and gone about 40 yards away from where the line of scrimmage is, just assuming that they're going to stop the Buffalo Bills right here, right now.
Shotgun snap to Allen. He's back to pass. Allen sets his feet, steps up in the pocket, wrapped up by Mack. He gets away, moving right, now moving left, wrapped up again, and sacked at the 5. He got away from Khalil Mack originally, but the Chargers kept the heat on. Kendricks and Tui Pelotu bring him down. Loss of 7, and the Bills will punt.
As much a team player as Khalil Mack is, he's on 99.5 career sacks. So he's thinking, well, that was great for the defense, but I needed that one.
Would have put him over the century mark. Darius Davis back to return the punt now of Martin, who stands 9 yards deep in his end zone. Bills bringing their gunners in close to the line of scrimmage. They want to protect against a block here. And I think Buffalo had to take a timeout. Looks like DeMar Hamlin, who was the personal protector that signaled for it. And so the Bills burn a timeout. Remember, that's their first. They got the one earlier in the half back because the play clock was not reset.
Yeah.
So the first timeout taken by Buffalo. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC next Sunday night when the Green Bay Packers meet the Minnesota Vikings. Of course, you can also hear Sunday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com. So the Bills take the timeout, and now we'll line up in punt formation again here with Martin 9 yards deep in the end zone. Darius Davis has moved up, is now standing with his heels at the 50.
So any movement back by Martin would be a safety, and Darius Davis standing at midfield waiting for this thing to come in low and hot.
Bills again bring their gunners in tight. And a flag flies. Buffalo moved.
Well, they're trying to get the Chargers to jump into the neutral zone and get a free 5 away from them.
Ball start, offense, number 33, half the distance to the goal, still fourth down.
Now, again, you could say, well, that's only a 2.5-yard penalty, but it again shrinks that space for Martin.
And if I'm Ryan Ficken, the special teams coach, I'm pleading with Gift Smith. Let me come after the punter here. Let's see if we can get this thing knocked down, recover it in the end zone for a touchdown, and go ahead in this ball game.
You do have to avoid making contact with Martin if you're going to do that. Here comes the snap, and Martin will get it away, and it's a good high spiraling pick, driving Davis back to his own 40-yard line of the near side numbers. Runs to the right across the 45, up to the 50, and he takes it back into Bills territory at the 48-yard line. That ends up being a 57-yard punt, but a return of 12, and the Chargers will have good field position in Buffalo territory with 9:16 to go, trailing the Bills 21-16. Don't miss the NFL Network Holiday Classic on Christmas Eve when the Denver Broncos host the New England Patriots. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. You can hear that game on many of these same stations on the NFL app or online at westwood1sports.com.
Now wait a minute. The Holiday Classic.
Indeed.
Now, we do have games on Thanksgiving.
We do.
Which we just call Thanksgiving games.
That's right.
So the Holiday Classic, just anytime around the holidays?
Stick back to pass. Looking, throws, left side, incomplete. Right through the hands of Jalen Guyton. And that would have been a first down. That'll bring up second down and 10. Well, that's another throw, James, that was right there from Easton Stick, and his receivers are not helping him right now. We saw Palmer unable to hold on third down in the last drive, and right there, Jalen Guyton just dropped it. So that'll bring up second down and 10. Three receivers to the left. Easton Stick is in the gun. He's got Eckler to his right. Palmer goes in motion from left to right, now back out to the near left side. Shotgun snap, Stick back to pass. Looking, throws down the middle, man wide open, it's caught by Erickson. Down to the 25-yard line, gain of 23. Benford was in coverage and applied the hit. The throw was behind Erickson, but he made the adjustment, hangs on for a first down, and Benford remains down on the play. Bills trainers coming out to look at him. Well, James, you were just talking about it a little while ago, those throws behind you. Now, that was not the fastball that we saw earlier, but a really nice adjustment by Alex Erickson, guy that spent a lot of time on the practice squad this year, but makes his second catch tonight and puts the Chargers to the Bills 25.
But a veteran receiver, a guy who's made squads for the last 7 years with the Bengals out of the University of Wisconsin, and has proven himself to be a guy who you might not have thrown to him for the last 3 weeks. But throw to him in a clutch situation, and he's going to come up with it and make the play.
Erickson had a touchdown last week. It was his first since 2017. Benford is up on his feet. Training staff still looking at him. They keep reaching back around his neck. The copyright of tonight's broadcast on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited. Benford takes his helmet off and is going to make a slow walk across the field to the Bills' sideline. Remember, earlier in the game, Benford had an interception that was negated by his own holding penalty. And now we'll leave here as the Chargers get set for a 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 25-yard line. 21-16 Bills. Clock moving, 8:55 to go. Easton Stick is in the gun, two receivers left and right. Eckler is the running back. He's off to the right of Stick. Here's the snap. Stick back to pass, looking right, going deep. Right side for Palmer, incomplete. Palmer returned inside. The throw went outside. There is a penalty flag that was thrown right around the line of scrimmage. And again, this is going to be a shift penalty against the Chargers.
You want to take it, Max? Whoops.
Turned his mic on a little too early.
Illegal shift, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Apparently Sean McDermott said, yes, I'd like to take them back. So they'll move it back to the 30, and it'll be first down and 15. Darius Davis had gone in motion across the formation. Not sure who else moved, but...
Well, Josh Palmer, who was on the line of scrimmage, then moved back as Davis was going in motion, so that constituted the illegal shift.
All right, pistol formation now on first and 15. Here's the snap, stick, back to pass. Looking, under pressure, steps up, spins, being chased from behind. Hit and sacked! Could not get away from a relentless Buffalo pass rush. They get him back at the 37. Puna Ford, Leonard Floyd combined on the sack. It's a loss of 7. It'll be second down and long, second and 22.
Chargers going a little bit of a hurry up here, try and keep the Buffalo Bills from lining up correctly.
Trips left, single man right, shotgun snap to stick. Back to pass, throws short over the middle. That's caught by Everett, who gets his legs chopped out immediately at the 33-yard line. So a short toss over the middle, gain of 4. And they've got a stoppage. Is there? I don't see a flag.
But no, there's not
Sideline
stoppage.
warning against the Buffalo bench. There's no yardage penalty for this warning.
So sideline warning against Buffalo. And meanwhile, the Chargers already at the line for a third down and 13.
Where is the get-back coach when you need him?
2 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun snap. Stick back to pass. Throws over the middle, caught by Davis at the 30. And he is ridden down at the 26 by Jordan Poyer. So that's well short of the first down. That'll bring Cameron Dicker out again. Now trying to make it a 2-point game. Gain of 6 on that one. And Cameron Dicker will try to make it 4 for 4 tonight.
So you had the illegal shift penalty, the sack afterwards, which pushed them back out of what I would call touchdown range, so they have to settle for this field goal attempt.
45 yards for Dicker. He's been good from 20, 40, and 47. Now from 45. Here's the snap. Ball down. Dicker with an end-over-end kick. It's headed right, but it's inside the upright and good. Cameron Dicker makes his 4th field goal of the night, and the Chargers are within 2 with 7:19 remaining in the game. Bills 21, Chargers 19. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
It's Wrangler season out there. T-shirt days, denim jacket nights. A pair of broken-in jeans you could live in. Open roads, endless horizons, no destinations. This is when adventure starts calling. And you need to be ready in jeans that are made for the unpredictable journey that we call life. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm personal price plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this voicemail from Leah.
Jake from State Farm. Listen, so sometimes I like to nibble on licorice and pretend I'm a teeny mouse, chewing through wires.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm personal price plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
The holiday season is right around the corner, so give the gift that's hard to wrap but easy to give. Give them a Steel. With powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws to place under the tree, the Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Save $20 on the BGA 57 battery-powered blower. Visit your local Steel dealer or go to steelusa.com/gift guide. Real Steel. Find yours. Now $179.99 was $199.99 MSRP. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
COVID-19 keep you on the sidelines. If you're more likely to get very sick from COVID, ask your doctor if prescription oral treatment is right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com, sponsored by Pfizer. 7:19 to go in LA. Bills 21, Chargers 19. Well, James, we've talked about Buffalo gotten themselves back into playoff consideration. For all intents and purposes, this is a playoff game right now for Buffalo. They have to keep winning in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. They still have a chance to win the AFC East. They've still game against Miami coming up. Dolphins, of course, have the Cowboys on their schedule on Sunday. But they got to keep winning. So with 7:19 to go, it's do or die for the Bills trying to hang on to this lead.
And they need to play with that singular focus. It's just this game. The next play, finish off this game. control the clock, get in the end zone, do all those little things to put the game out of reach for the Chargers.
Bills have not been a good road team this year, just to and from the road as Dicker sends a kickoff toward the back line of the end zone. And the Bills will start at the 25. First down and 10. Josh Allen is 11 of 16 for 186 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. James Cook, 14 carries for 57 yards. The Bills have run for 87 yards in the game tonight, 1 week after that explosion where they ran for 266 against Dallas. And the Chargers have run 20 more plays than the Bills so far in the game.
And you've had the turnovers from the Buffalo Bills. You turn the ball over, you don't get to run plays.
Two tight ends in the ball game for the Bills. Here's the snap, handoff, Cook up the middle, finds a crease, drives to the 30 and falls forward to the 31, lost the ball. The ball is out. The Chargers say they have it. The officials taking a look. It's Charger football. The Chargers have taken it away. It's the third turnover forced tonight. James Cook puts it on the ground, and Nick Williams recovers the fumble. And the Chargers take over at the Bills 31. Something that has been an issue for James Cook in the past rears its ugly head again.
Stand the runner up. Second and third guys who come into the pile, rip at that ball. Gilman, safety, number 32, is just there reaching for the ball. He has his shoulder pads level with the runner and just takes the ball out of his hands and it drops on the ground.
They spotted at the 32, first and 10. Here's the snap, handoff, Eckler hit in the backfield. Eckler ducks under a tackler and falls forward to the 31. Gain of a yard, that'll bring up second down and 9. That'll take us inside. 7 minutes to go in the game.
If you are Sean McDermott, you have better figured out how to stop the quarterback run when you had your unit on the sideline.
Second down 9, stick in the gun with Eckler to his left. Three receivers split to the right side. Plenty of time on the play clock as Stick yells out to his teammates. Looks over that Bills defense, lifts his right leg, takes the shotgun snap, back to pass, has time, throws short right, caught by Everett inside the 30, breaks a tackle to the 25 and dives close to a first down. They're going to give it to him. Everett down to the 21, gain of 10, first down for the Chargers. Benford with the tackle.
From up here, it looks easy. Shaq Lawson, one-on-one for a tackle. He should make that tackle, but he doesn't. Everett runs through the arm tackle, picks up additional yardage. Now the Buffalo Bills are really, really on their heels.
Adrian Hill just announced that after crew discussion, they've decided Everett did not make the line to gain. And I think that's the right call. They've moved it back to just shy of the 22, so this is going to be now third and about an inch for the Chargers. The official had it spotted at the 21. Oh, man. Looking at it again, maybe they didn't get it right.
Third and an inch gives me time to throw the ball into the end zone.
Easton Stick with a quarterback sneak, but flags fly at the snap, and the Chargers moved early.
Easton Stick didn't get set. He kind of walked into it as opposed to getting under the center, I think.
False start, offense, number 64. The center moved the ball forward before the snap.
Well, that'll do it, too.
Penalty, still third down.
That's Brendan Hymas who's in there. Will Clapp went on IR. We saw Jason Kelsey get called for this from the Eagles, and Kelsey said after the game, they've been warning me about it for years. If you're the center, you cannot move the ball forward. Now, there wasn't much of a move, but there was a move.
Very slight. Just a little nudge.
Now it's 3rd and 6. Trips left, single man right. Stick in the gun, Bill's showing blitz. Stick gets the snap. Here comes that blitz. Stick in trouble, wrapped up and sacked. They got him back at the 37-yard line. It was Terrell Bernard. It'll go as a loss of 9, and now a long field goal attempt for Dicker, trying to give the Chargers the lead.
Puts Dicker at about 52, 53 yards? He was booming them from right inside 60 during pregame warmups.
Dicker getting lined up. This is officially going to be a 53-yard attempt. His season long is 55.
Telling you, it's chip shot for these kickers today.
Charger fans hope you're right. Here's the snap, ball down. The kick from Dicker is on the way. It is good. Cameron Dicker with his 5th field goal of of the game, and the Chargers have retaken the lead. With 5:26 to go in the game, Chargers 22, Bills 21. He's hit from 20, 40, 47, 45, and now 53. And the Chargers back on top by a point. You said it was a chip shot, James. He made you look prophetic.
And when you look at that kick, I know we have these trackers that can tell you how fast somebody was running. Tell me how far that was going to be good from. That would have been good from 62, 63.
Yeah, no doubt. That was into the net for Cameron Dicker. 5 field goals tonight. Dicker now in his career, which granted only spans 2 years, but still, he has gone 45 of 47. Remember, he was brought in last year by Philadelphia as an injury replacement, hit a game winner in his first game. Philly moved on from him. A couple of weeks later, he shows up here with the Chargers and kicks a game winner in his first game. Here comes the kickoff from Cameron Dicker, and again, this one headed through the end zone. The Bills will start at the 25. Well, next week, it's the season finale of Thursday Night Football when the Cleveland Browns host the New York Jets. Join Ian Eagle and Joe Thomas at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for all the action. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for more details or to listen to the live stream for free. If it's Thursday Night Football, it's on Westwood One. So the Bills take over now down by a point at the 25. Their defense has done a pretty good job to keep them this close after 3 turnovers tonight. Allen in the gun, takes the snap, fakes the toss to Cook, fires over the middle, man wide open, that's Knox, over the 35 to the 40, and he's out to about the 42. Oh, Dawson Knox coming over the middle, wide open, and Josh Allen hits him for a gain of 17. Derwin James with the tackle.
Once again, a little extra window dressing. You get the running back going in motion opposite the quarterback, then a fake toss to him, then a little dart pass right over the middle, and not thrown a long way down the field, but something to get this offense back in rhythm.
Receivers left and right. Allen in the gun. He's got Shakir to his left and Cook to his right. Here's the snap. Allen will hand it off to Cook between the hash marks, and he's out to about the 44-yard line. So a gain of a couple for James Cook. Austin Johnson with the tackle. That'll bring up second down and 8. 4 minutes, 35 seconds remaining of the game. Chargers 22, Bills 21.
Really impressed with Derek Ansley, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. I talked to him on the field before the game. He said, I just got to get these guys to play. Forget about what happened 10 days ago. That doesn't matter. Just get them to play. And they're playing hard. They're clogging up the run lanes.
Trips left, single man right. Shotgun snap to Allen. Back to pass. Quick throw left side. Caught at the 50 by Diggs. Turns back inside and picks up the first down. Takes it across the Charger 48, close to the 47. So Stephon Diggs picks up about 7.5, 8 yards, and it's a first down for the Bills. Inside 4 minutes remaining in the game.
Number 76 is reporting eligible. Number 76 is reporting eligible.
Bills bringing David Edwards, extra offensive lineman in the game. He's been out there several times tonight.
And they've used him in a variety of ways. To run block, to actually go in motion a little bit, to pass block on the back end.
Allen under center takes the snap. Handoff Cook off the left side. And Tui Pelotu brings him down. After a short gain, Cook jumps ahead, picks up a couple of yards. Second down and long coming up here for Buffalo. Remember, a field goal would put the Bills in front. They trail by 1, 22-21. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. From the Charger 45, now second down and 8. Allen will line up in the shotgun. He's got Cook to his left. 3 receivers go to the right, knocks the tight end on the left end of the line. Allen surveys the Charger defense. Right foot in front of left, sends Cook in motion to the right. Takes the snap, back to pass, pumps right, throws deep, down the middle of the field, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Diggs. Derwin James was in coverage. If Michael Davis had turned around, the ball might have hit him in the chest. But Davis was running with his back to the play. It'll be 3rd and 8 coming up for the Bills.
There is a little bit of heave and hope by Josh Allen at times. And that time, it was heave and hope. You hope that the defensive back doesn't turn around. You're just heaving it down there because there's just enough pressure on you by Derwin James to throw you off your game a little bit.
3rd and 8. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Allen lines up in the shotgun. Chargers show blitz. They come with it up the middle. Allen back, looks, throws right side for Diggs. Makes the catch, juggles, hangs on, and he's close to a first down. Let's see where they're going to spot it. It looks like he's got it, and he does. Down to the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Buffalo with 2:51 to go. Gain of 9 on the throw to Stephon Diggs.
When we see these quarterbacks in their workouts that they do on campus before the draft, we come back and we say, oh, he can make all the throws. Sometimes you got to have a gut check to make a throw. That throw that he made to Stephon Diggs from the far hash, that was a gut check throw because it could have easily been picked off, but it had enough juice on it.
Bills in field goal range, handoff James Cook, sweeping left, outside the numbers, bounces off a hit, turns it up, and he's knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. They're going to put him out at the 30. Esang Bassi knocked him out of bounds, gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 6, 2:45 showing on the game clock. Tyler Bass, the kicker for the Bills, season long of 54, career long of 58. Right now, the Bills will be looking at about a 48-yarder.
But Bass only 21 out of 26. I know that sounds pretty good, but by NFL standards, you miss 5 field goals in a season, everybody's a little nervous.
Allen under center takes the snap. Handoff Cook. Runs left outside the hash marks, and he is upended as he crosses the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28. Eric Kendricks with the stop. Clock still moving down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. And another 3rd down coming up for the Bills. And this is a massive down after the Chargers call timeout. So that's the 2nd timeout taken by the Chargers. They'll get a free one at the 2-minute warning. They have 1 timeout left. So here's the situation, James. If the Bills can pick up a first down, they just put 2 seconds back on the clock. It's now at 2:34. But if the Bills can pick up a first down, they can't completely run it out, but they can make life really tough for the Chargers. Meantime, if LA can get off the field here, you force a long field goal attempt. Even if it's good, you have plenty of time.
And one of the things that coaches always get burned on is clock management. Giff Smith, I just saw in his back pocket, there's a coaching book. It says How to Coach 101. Because he's going at it for the first time. He's the guy making the calls now, as opposed to the guy who was telling the coach what to do. He's now having to do that, and that conflict. Do I use a timeout here? Do I wait for a moment? What do I tell my defense? Who's calling the signals for me? What's going on?
3rd down and 4. Allen in the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the snap. Allen back. Blitz coming. Rolling right. Throws up his back foot. Man wide open. It's caught inside the 15. Shakir to his feet. Spins down the right sideline. He's in. Touchdown Bills. It's a touchdown for the Bills. Khalil Shakir made the catch. Falling to the turf. Got up. Spun down the right sideline and scores. And the Bills have taken the lead with 2:25 to go. Sean McDermott says go for 2.
For the Chargers, there is a little bit of, because this league has become a little softer in terms of hitting, Shakir is on the ground. You're 5 yards away from him. Normally you would have dove and hit him hard. That time you allowed him to get up off the ground because you're just trying to come over and touch him down. So it was really close to the leg being on the ground, off the ground, when the defensive player came over to touch him down, as opposed to diving in, giving him a hard forearm in the back, and getting a 15-yard penalty for a personal foul.
But it sure looks to me like Shakir got his knee up, and then Jalen Hawkins had him wrapped up, but instead of tackling him, he tried to push him out of bounds.
Well, he
and
believed
Shakir
that he had touched him down. That was his thought process, and I understand that.
They're showing it now in super slow-mo up here. And I mean, this is so close. Did Hawkins touch him with Shakir's right knee on the ground, or had that knee just barely come up off the turf before Hawkins made contact with his left hand?
And what's our terminology to overturn a play? Irrefutable, visible evidence. That's like a close encounter of the fourth kind, where you actually can feel it and touch it and see it all at the same time.
After review, the runner was down by contact. It will be first down.
This close shave instant replay review sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Choose Barbasol for a thick lather and close comfortable shave. Barbasol, the American original for over 100 years. Better by Barbasol. So take the touchdown off the board. They're going to put 4 seconds on the game clock, so it shows 2:29. 40 seconds on the game clock. The Chargers, I believe, have spent their final timeout. So now the Bills are going to have it at the 13. It goes as a 15-yard completion. Change the scoreboard back to Chargers 22, Bills 21. So the Chargers did take their final timeout. They can only stop it one more time at the 2-minute warning.
Well, the catch was in the field of play. He didn't step out of bounds, so the clock is not stopped. So, Giff, nice job here with reading that coaching manual during the stoppage of play, figuring out what to do.
Boy, James, just looking at the replay one more time, I mean, this is literally like a centimeter. Khalil Shakir just barely still in contact with the turf as Hawkins' finger made contact with his back.
But I believe it gets back to the fact that if you had been Hawkins and left your feet 5 yards away and dove on him, you would have been covered in yellow flags for, personal foul, too much contact, unnecessary roughness, hitting a defenseless receiver even though he caught the ball and he's getting up off the ground, not being nice to your fellow man.
All right, let's talk about if you're the Bills here, James.
Yeah.
Keeping the ball on the ground, you letting Josh Allen put the ball in the air, try to score that touchdown. What's your play?
Is this multiple choice?
It is.
Is it all of the above?
Leonard Fournette checks in as the running back. 2 tight ends to the right side, single receiver left. Allen goes under center, 1st and 10 from the 13. Here's the snap, handoff Fournette, hit in the backfield, bounces off the first tackle, and is able to get forward close to the 10-yard line. Chargers do not have a timeout. Nick Williams makes the tackle. Bills begin to walk over toward their sideline. Gain of 3 for Leonard Fournette. And the clock will tick all the way down to the 2-minute warning. And it'll be 2nd down and about 7 for the Buffalo Bills. And boy, it is interesting. Leonard Fournette in the game now. James Cook with the fumble earlier, and Fournette active for the first time all year. Gets that carry to take it down to the 2-minute warning. Every Westwood One NFL broadcast this season is being streamed for free. From now until Super Bowl 58 in February, you can listen to our coverage of every primetime game via the NFL's official app on WestwoodOneSports.com or by asking your Alexa-enabled device to open Westwood One Sports. Well, look, the touchdown for the Bills would have been great. But in some ways, James, this is a blessing in disguise for Buffalo if they can execute properly here in these final 2 minutes.
Well, I did get my degree in engineering a long time ago, but that was, we were just converting it to a wheel. So one play gets you down to 120, thereabouts. The next one gets you down to sub 40 seconds left to play in the game before you have to kick a field goal. So you put the onus on Easton Stick to see what he can do with 30 seconds on the clock and if he can become a hero.
And obviously, if the Bills continue to run the ball, the Chargers will be ripping at it, trying to get it out. James Cook is back on the field now. He will line up as the single back. Bills go with 2 tight ends to the right, single receiver Trent Sherfield wide to the left. Allen under center on 2nd and 7 from the 10. Here's the snap, handoff. Cook hit in the backfield and dropped. They got it back around the original line of scrimmage at the 13. Austin Johnson with the tackle. Loss of 3 on the play. Clock continues to run. Down to 1:45 to go. The next time the Bills snap it, it'll be around 1:15.
Not a great play design there when you had 4 linemen counting the extra tight ends on the right side, only 2 on the left side. So you had a short edge. You let that defensive end come off that short edge, make a tackle in the backfield, because you didn't run a stretch play to run away from them. All you did was run something that was really going to go in between the guard and the right guard in the center.
Cook remains in the game. Allen in the gun sends Cook in motion to the left. Here's the snap. Allen on a quarterback draw goes straight ahead. And Allen picks up 2 to the 11-yard line. Play clock starts. Game clock running. Down to 1:05 to go in the game. Again, when the Bills either kick their field goal or maybe take time out, will be right around 35 seconds remaining.
You didn't trust my math, huh?
Of course I trusted your math. You're a Stanford guy. You went to the Arizona of the Bay Area, so of course I trust your math. Bills right now have left the offense out there. They just brought David Edwards back out, who reported as eligible, but Sean McDermott is going to let this run all the way down.
Down to 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be all the way down to 31 as McDermott takes his time out. And now the Bills can bring Tyler Bass and the field goal team out, looking to take a 24-22 lead. Boy, tonight when the Bills have turned it over 3 times in the game and have not been at their best. You got to give their defense a lot of credit, James, keeping the Chargers out of the end zone.
So we heard it with the Bengals earlier today. They're playing their best football. We heard it with the Buffalo Bills. They're playing their best football. That's until you hit a speed bump. It happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They hit their speed bump. And so tonight, we're looking at the Buffalo Bills. They hit a little bit of a speed bump today. If they can pull this out, it'd be a big, huge deal.
Tyler Bass on for what will be a 29-yard attempt. It'll come from the near right hash to give the Bills the lead. Reed Ferguson will snap. Sam Martin will hold. Snap, perfect. Ball down. Kick on the way, and it is good. Tyler Bass hits it right down the middle, and with 28 seconds to go, the Buffalo Bills have gone back in front, 24-22.
Were the Chargers lined up all sides? And Sean McDermott is going, okay, what do I do in this situation?
Adrian Hill is talking to McDermott. Well, I'll tell you, it was 4th and 8, so it would make it 4th and 3.
Don't take the points off the scoreboard.
Offside defense, number 26, lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty is declined. The field goal is good.
Yeah, I was going to say, they could go back out and try to get him to jump again, but that wouldn't really do you any good. Might as well take the points. As the Bills have a 2-point lead now with 28 seconds to go. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
Get a little home cooking right on your phone. Your hometown announcers are always on the SiriusXM app. SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
So the Bills will kick it off. Now, we've seen Buffalo time and time again tonight hit these high, short kickoffs, which the Chargers have been fair catching. Let's see what they decide to do here. Darius Davis is on the far side of the field. Alex Erickson is on the near side. Tyler Bass kicks a ground ball down the middle, takes a big hop, grabbed by one of the up men at the 15 to the 20, over the 25, and out to about the 30-yard line. That might have been Joshua Palmer who took it on a high hop, and it was. So 23 seconds on the clock, no timeouts for the Chargers. And they need about 30 yards.
So that play cost them 8 seconds. They have no timeouts. You'll see a wall being built along the sideline to keep a Charger player inbounds if they do try and throw outside. Other than that, you've got to throw the ball where you can get a run, and you've got to get these offensive linemen on their horse to get up and get the ball spiked.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun snap to Easton Stick. Back to pass. Under pressure, wrapped up and sacked, and that may do it. Ed Oliver got home and sacked Stick. Clock is moving down to 11. 10. Chargers trying to get lined up. Stick goes under center, takes the snap, drops back to pass. 5 seconds left. Throws deep down the left side. Pass is tipped in the air, and it falls incomplete with 1 second to go. 1 second remaining on the clock. Benford knocked it high in the air. The Bills had a chance to pick it off, couldn't do it. And 1 second remains for the Chargers. One last gasp for LA.
Now, there are no moral victories out here. But I tell you this, I'm impressed with Easton Stick and what he's been able to do in this ball game against a really good defense.
3rd down now for the Chargers, last play of the game. Stick in the gun and a timeout taken by Buffalo prior to the snap. Well, Sean McDermott just wants to make sure that his defense is all on the same page here. If you're Buffalo, you really just have to stay away from any sort of penalty.
And if you're Buffalo, you can almost go no pass rush at all. The 3 guys that you were going to pass rush, you line them up, have them run back directly 10 or 15 yards in case you're getting one of those plays where they're trying to lateral to everybody. So now you need those guys involved in trying to make the tackle. At least that's what I do when I play Madden.
Well, I'm glad you're bringing your video game skills to the broadcast tonight. By the way, the ball is at the 21. It was a loss of 9 on that sack by Ed Oliver.
So you joked about my video game. There are 2 pass rushers here.
They're doing exactly what you said.
To keep that guy inside.
Shotgun snap, clock hits 0. Stick back, throws short, over the middle. There's a lateral to Eckler, running to the right side. Eckler's going to pitch it back to Stick. He fires it all the way back to Erickson on the near side. Erickson runs up to the 25, cuts back to the right, now back inside the 20-yard line. Erickson back to the 25, over to the 30, flips it over to Jalen Guyton, which was forward. Flag is down, ball knocked out, picked up by Eckler. He loses it. Massive pile up around the 40-yard line. The game is over, and the Buffalo Bills have won. The Buffalo Bills get a late drive and a field goal from Tyler Bass and win the game. The flag was for an illegal forward pass, and the Buffalo Bills pick up the win on the road. A hard-fought victory here in L.A. The Bills go to 9-6 as they get the victory, beating the Chargers tonight 24-22. And the playoff hopes remain alive for Buffalo. Another tough defeat for the Chargers, who fought right down to the end but come up 2 points short. The Buffalo Bills coming all the way across the country on this Christmas weekend, get a 24-22 victory. Well, just a terrific effort from the Buffalo Bills to get this win here tonight. All kinds of laterals on that final play. The last one was forward.
Just sloppy enough by the Buffalo Bills today that Sean McDermott can use this as motivation moving forward. They face New England next week. New England has not had a great season, and they don't want to look too far ahead to playing the last game at Miami, where it's going to be super critical who's in, who wins, who's out, who's not, all of that stuff, because you've got to get by the Patriots next week for the Miami game to be relevant at all.
Well, the Bills get by the Chargers tonight. Let's go down to the field where Bills defensive back Taron Johnson joins us. Taron, Ryan Radke, James Lofton upstairs. Congratulations, man. You guys had to fight right down to the end to get this done. Let's talk about your defensive effort. Time and time again tonight, you guys got put in tough spots, but you kept the Chargers out of the end zone. How important was that for your team?
I feel like it was huge, you know what I'm saying? I think we just did a good job making sure they didn't get in the end zone. I mean, we do a good job as far as not letting teams in the end zone. That's the goal.
Taron, so much around this team this past week, but when you just look at the X's and the O's, Keenan Allen not playing, how much did that change what you guys were looking at on film to what you saw on the field today?
It definitely changed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Keenan Allen is a really great player, and the quarterback stepped up today, and I feel like he made some good plays, and I think we made the plays when we needed to.
Taron, you guys remain in the playoff hunt now. You guys have really caught fire here down the stretch. What has changed for this team to allow you guys to go from where you were a couple of weeks ago when all of us were saying, hey, the Bills are done, to where you are now, a very dangerous team with the playoffs around the corner?
I mean, I just think it shows how resilient we are. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we do a good job. I mean, if we don't get the result we want, we go back to the drawing board and just try to figure it out. And I feel like we've been doing that these last couple weeks.
Taron, congratulations on the win here tonight. Have a safe trip home. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thanks for a few minutes.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Taron Johnson of the Buffalo Bills. They get the win 24-22 in L.A. And we'll select our Navy Federal Credit Union Defender of the Game. It is Taron Johnson. 7 tackles, including a big hit late on a third down pass that kept the Chargers from getting a first down. He's our Defender of the Game, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the Armed Forces, DOD, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Heck of an effort by the Buffalo Bills, James. Wasn't always pretty, but this time of the year it doesn't matter. Pretty, ugly, just find a way to win.
Yeah, you don't draw pictures on the scorecard or in the standings. The Buffalo Bills, like I said, Sean McDermott will look at this game, analyze it, and he'll talk to the guys very honestly after they open their Christmas presents and come back to work. We've got to really get hyper-focused on the New England Patriots. That's it. If we don't get past the Patriots, nothing else matters after that. So New England next week, on to Bill Belichick.
Bills win for the fourth time in their last 5 games. They go to 9-6 on the season. Tough loss for the LA Chargers, who fought their hearts out tonight. They fall to 5-10. The final score from SoFi Stadium in LA: Bills 24, Chargers 22. When we return, Jason Horowitz joins us from our studios with the postgame show. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Hey guys, Chris Brockman here. Prize Picks, it's the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season. And now I can play during basketball season too. I can take combo projections across both sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projection, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. And Prize Picks is the only DFS platform with an injury insurance policy, keeping you in the game if one of your players goes down. Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use the code PRIMETIME. That's code PRIMETIME at prizepicks.com/primetime for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Well, a very different look for the Chargers than a week ago on Thursday Night Football in Las Vegas, but in the end, it's still a loss. Buffalo goes to L.A., wins its 3rd in a row to get to 9-6, 24-22 the final tonight over L.A., dropping the Chargers to 5-10 on the season. Jason Horowitz, happy to have you back with us here in our Westwood One studios. Let's revisit Game 2 of our Saturday NFL doubleheader, and the Chargers had a good first half. Easton Stick came out firing, hit 6 of his first 7 passes. He was playing really well in the first quarter. Cameron Dicker, a 20-yard field goal early in the first to go up 3-0, and got the ball to end the first, carrying over to the second, and it kept going.
Easton Stick in the gun. Eckler has been wide to the right, goes in motion to the left. Here's the snap. Quarterback sneaks. Stick around the right side, turns the corner and walks to the end zone. Touchdown Chargers. A 1-yard touchdown run for Easton Stick, and it's 9-0 LA with 13:49 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, they had the extra point, so a 10-0 lead, and at that moment, the Bills had just 41 yards of offense. It was really a struggle, at least in the early going, but you needed a spark. You got one, and it came really early in the second quarter with the Wrangler highlight of the game.
3 receivers left, single man right. Allen gets the shotgun snap. He's back to pass, looking left, under pressure, now moving to his right. Allen still looking downfield, floats downfield for Davis. He's got it inside the 20, inside the 15, all the way to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown Bills. Gabe Davis got behind the defense, and Josh Allen laid it out perfectly. A 57-yard touchdown, and just like that, the Bills are on the board.
Yeah, highlight of the game, sponsored by Wrangler. 75 years of history, still blazing trails. Check out Wrangler.com today to discover new styles, all the latest denim trends. Wrangler for the ride of life. One play and 57 yards to get back in the ball game, and the defense got off the field rather quickly and allowed Josh Allen to get back on for the final 4.5 of the first half. Put together an 8-play, 63-yard drive, capped it off with a 2-yard touchdown run. His 12th rushing touchdown of the year, single season career high, and a 14-10 Buffalo lead at the half. Defense would hold the Chargers early in the second half. Did a 40-yard Cameron Dicker field goal, so 14-13. That was after a Josh Allen interception, the second turnover for Buffalo of the night. So a 1-point lead, 14-13. Middle part of the third quarter. But again, the Bills had an important drive upcoming, and Josh Allen would deliver.
First and 10 from the Charger 42. Allen in the gun, gets the snap, fakes to Fournette. Back to pass, going deep, left sideline for Davis. He's got it again inside the 10 and out of bounds. Another perfect throw. Allen drops it in the bucket to Davis, out of bounds at the 6. Gain of 30, it's first and goal.
4 catches, 130 yards. The earlier touchdown for Gabe Davis. He had a big night when he had to. That drive was capped off by a Josh Allen 1-yard touchdown run with 1:28 to go in the third. So 21-13 Buffalo the lead to the fourth. Now Cameron Dicker, a couple more field goals for the Chargers on consecutive drives. 47-yarder, 45-yarder. So 21-19 midway point of the fourth in a game that the Bills at times struggled to hold on to the ball, and it would happen again.
2 tight ends in the ball game for the Bills. Here's the snap, handoff, Cook up the middle, finds a crease, drives to the 30 and falls forward to the 31, lost the ball. The ball is out. The Chargers say they have it. The officials taking a look. It's Charger football. The Chargers have taken it away. It's the 3rd turnover forced tonight. James Cook puts it on the ground, and Nick Williams recovers the fumble. And the Chargers take over at the Bills 31.
But like the entire second half, the Buffalo defense, who was put in bad position after bad position, wouldn't really give any ground. They only gave up 1 yard after that. Cameron Dicker settled for a 54-yard field goal, and he hit it. So the Chargers retook the lead after what was a 4th consecutive drive with a field goal for L.A. But again, Buffalo needed a big play, and they get it. Josh Allen had a long pass to Khalil Shakir, called on the field a touchdown. Now they reviewed it and said he was touched down by the defender, but what that allowed Buffalo to do was take a lot of time off the clock and try to win it with a late field goal.
It'll come from the near right hash to give the Bills the lead. Reed Ferguson will snap, Sam Martin will hold. Snap perfect, ball down, kick on the way, and it is good. Tyler Bass hits it right down the middle, and with 28 seconds to go, the Buffalo Bills have gone back in front, 24-22.
Nobody says you need style points when you're trying to make the playoffs, and tonight's certainly not that, but a win counts all the same. Buffalo to 9-6, Chargers fall to 5-10. Back at the SoFi Stadium, Ryan Radke and the Hall of Famer James Lofton.
Very much, and yeah, you nailed it. I mean, it's not about style points, it's just about winning games. The Buffalo Bills got to come all the way across the country. Christmas week, it wasn't always pretty, but they find a way to get it done after falling behind 10-0 early in the game, James. They really kicked it into gear starting in the second quarter, and while the Chargers would never go away and give them credit for that, from that second quarter on, the Bills really played much more like the team that we've seen the last couple of weeks.
But you talked about the Buffalo Bills going all the way across the country. And even when they kicked it in gear, it seemed like they were still towing something behind themselves because they couldn't get out of their own way with the turnovers. They didn't make the running game go as smoothly as what it had last week. So they were able to crush it last week, but they were able to still find a W this week. And I think that's what's critical when you start to watch late season football. Are you winning games in December? It doesn't matter how you're doing it. You just want to continue to stack them up.
Yeah, the turnovers are something that has been a problem for the Bills throughout the year, and as you look ahead to the playoffs for them, definitely something they're gonna have to clean up. They were able to overcome the turnovers tonight against a 5-10 Charger team, but you get into the playoffs, that may not be the case. That'll definitely be something Sean McDermott talks to his club about.
Yeah, when I played for the Buffalo Bills and Marv Levy was the head coach, run and stop the run, and he called it win the takeaway, keep away battle.
Let's talk about the final stats in the ball game tonight. Buffalo with 335 yards compared to 268 for the Chargers. Buffalo had just 41 yards in that first quarter, then had 145 in the second quarter. Bills finished 5 of 10 on third down, holding the Chargers to 4 of 14. Individually, Josh Allen, 15 of 21, 237 yards, a touchdown and a pick. He had 2 touchdown runs on the ground. James Cook had 20 carries for 70 yards. Gabe Davis, 4 catches catches for 130 yards and a touchdown. For the Chargers, Easton Stick, 23 of 33, 210 yards in the game. And James, I know you mentioned this at the end, but I think credit to Easton Stick. Just his second career start, playing in prime time against the defense that has gotten after the quarterback this year. I thought his line did a pretty good job of giving him time, and I thought he was very calm and composed throughout.
He passed the eyeball test. You can look at all the stats, but when you walked away, you felt like you had just watched two NFL quarterbacks battling it out. There wasn't one who was a top 5 guy and another one who was maybe number 50. They looked like they were similar in terms of ability and in terms of how competent they were. And Easton Stick, I look at him in that Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew category, a guy who can win a game with your team.
Austin Eckler had 15 carries for 65 yards. Josh Palmer, 5 catches, 47 yards. Gerald Everett had 7 catches for 42 yards. By the way, Stick also had that touchdown run you heard in the highlight package as the Bills come out on top 24-22. All right, time to select the Pepto-Bismol upsetting moment of the game. What do you think, James?
Well, when the Chargers were moving the ball, and now you get this 3rd and 7. You get a situation where your quarterback has to deliver, and the Buffalo Bills come at you with a 7-man pass rush there. It's an unblocked defender coming right at the quarterback. He has to deliver the ball, and he does. And Josh Palmer can't come up with the catch. Taron Johnson, number 7 for the Buffalo Bills, is there to make the play to knock the ball out of his hands, but you've got to come up with that clutch play, and that upset me being a former wide receiver coach, not just being a former wide receiver.
Pepto-Bismol upsetting moment of the game. Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol. Use as directed. Keep out of the reach of children. So, with the Bills win, now at 9-6, they jump ahead of Cincinnati, by the way, with the Bengals loss earlier today. Right now, the Bills are a game and a half behind Miami in the standings. If the Dolphins were to lose to the Cowboys in South Florida, you would have the Bills and Miami in the final week of the season, and a Bills win would not just give them in the playoffs, it would give them the division title and a home game in the postseason.
And being a former Bill, that doesn't bother me. But don't get consumed with what you would get in Week 18. Week 17 is what's important. It's on to New England.
Home game against the Patriots before that trip to Miami. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, look, they go to 5-10. Their season was pretty much over anyway. They still were mathematically alive coming into the game tonight. But at 5-10, they go to Denver and then Kansas City here to close out the season. I would say, James, my takeaway from the Chargers tonight was I thought they fought in against very difficult circumstances. Interim head coach. Huge underdogs, nobody left to play for, not a lot of their own fans in the stands here tonight. I give them credit for the way they played and fought against this Buffalo team.
I talked to John Spanos before the game, and he realizes they have a lot of work to cut out in front of them with the head coach or the new general manager, and maybe restructuring some of the front office and obviously dealing with the coaching staff that is at hand right now. And even just some key players, Kenneth Murray on defense, rookie deal, Gilman his rookie deal, and Khalil Mack, who has had a fantastic season with 15 sacks. Next year he's owed $22 million. What do you do when you're kind of starting over? Yeah, you've got a great quarterback to come back in Justin Herbert, but you got to kind of figure out what the direction of this team is and who's going to lead it for the next 5 years.
Yeah, the Chargers pushed a lot of money into next year to make another run at it this year. It did not go well for them. Whoever takes over as the general manager here is going to have some serious decisions to make, looking at some of that money that has been pushed off and what they're going to do with guys like Khalil Mack, Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa that are owed all this money going forward. That is for the offseason. Right now, the Buffalo Bills remain in playoff contention with a 24-22 victory here tonight. James, great to be with you again. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your family.
Same to you.
Safe travels home. Good to be with you here tonight. Bills win it, 24-22. Send it back to Jason Horowitz now in our Westwood One studios. Jason?
All right, Ryan, James, thank you so much. Happy holidays. And, someone will have to figure out the Chargers and one of the jobs that is open heading into the offseason. And we don't know how many, but we do know it will be that one heading into the offseason. 24-22, Bills get the win. Much bigger blowout in Game 1. We'll recap Pittsburgh's victory over Cincinnati coming up on the other side. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
What a way to welcome in the new year at the Plantation Course at Kapalua. The time is now. You can hear the boots shaking the ground. It's time to settle the score. It's the moment we've been waiting for.
What a finish!
The best golf, just about unbeatable. It's played here.
The Century, January 4th through 7th on NBC, Golf Channel, and Peacock.
This is former PGA Tour winner Smiley Kaufman, host of The Smiley Show, a Sirius XM podcast.
Smiley Kaufman for 61.
I've got boots on the ground at every major tournament, which means each week I'm bringing you insights straight from the course and conversations with my friends on the PGA Tour. Because what's better than golfing with your buddies? Listen to The Smiley Show right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's SMYLIE.
Christmas Day means a couple of things: presents, family, and NBA action.
Lobs up top for Giannis, who flushes it through.
NBA Radio is getting you ready for all the holiday hoops with our Christmas preview special.
The NBA historically has owned Christmas Day. They'll own Christmas Day again with these matchups. They begin to sound a lot like Christmas.
Exactly.
Starting to look good.
Tune in throughout Christmas Eve and Christmas morning as we break down all 5 games. NBA Radio Channel 86 and the Sirius XM app.
Don't miss the all-new Rise and Shine, a SiriusXM podcast.
This is Adam Shine. Every Wednesday morning, we're going to make you remember why you love sports. The crack of the bats, the smell of the grants, the thrill of a buzzer beater, the heroes, the underdogs, the moments you remember forever. Join me, Bob Stu, and the most interesting guests in sports for the all-new Rise and Shine.
Download Rise and Shine right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's SCHEIN.
Jason Horowitz back with you in our Westwood One studios. The Bills beat the Chargers 24-22. Game number 2 of our Saturday NFL holiday weekend doubleheader. And like in game number 2, you had two teams going in opposite directions, right? Bills came in after beating the Chiefs in Kansas City and Dallas at home, and the Chargers just fired everybody. So both were going in opposite directions. Game 1, similar situation. The Bengals headed to Pittsburgh 8-6. They had won 3 in a row. Jake Browning and the offense were humming along. Pittsburgh had lost 3 in a row. They're 7-7. People are wondering if they need to make a coaching change after Mike Tomlin's been there. This is 17th season without ever having a losing season. And they're on their 3rd quarterback in Mason Rudolph. And one of their receivers, George Pickens, criticized for not caring enough and not trying hard enough. Well, those two put things to bed early in the first quarter.
3 receivers in the set, getting the football. Rudolph, he throws left, that's caught. Misses Pickens, 30. He's broken it free across the midfield logo. 40, 30, down the far sideline. 10, 5, touchdown. George Pickens, 86 yards. And for all the talk in Pittsburgh, now the loudest cheer of all. And on just the second play from scrimmage, the longest play of the year for the Steelers. They lead the Bengals 6-0, 10:45 to play in the first.
Yeah, talk about setting the tone. 7-0 after the extra point. Now, the Bengals tried to respond, and Jake Browning put together a solid drive, but on a 3rd down in the red zone, in a very bad pass into the front right pylon that was picked off by Patrick Peterson, and the Steelers responded with their own 80-yard drive, went up 14-0. They picked off Browning again early in the second quarter, and they were trying to put the game on ice late in the first half.
Under center goes Rudolph. Looks into the Bengal defense. Motion behind him from the 3. Gets the ball. Handoff right side. Harris rushing. Dashing forward. Leans for the end zone. He is. And touchdown Pittsburgh. 20 points. Can you believe it? They're going berserk in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers gashing the Bengals. 7:06 to play in the first half. 20-0 Pittsburgh.
And would add a field goal from 50 from Chris Boswell before the end of the half. 24-0 Steelers at the break. Now, Bengals got an 80-yard touchdown of their own. Jake Browning to T. Higgins on their first offensive play of the second half. Went for 2, got it, so 24-8. Okay, maybe in the game, defense gets a stop. Bengals have had given up big play after big play all year, and that kept going.
Rudolph gets the ball. He throws quickly down the near sideline for Pickens. Caught it on the shoulder. Down the near sideline, 20, 10, and he high steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 66 yards on 3rd down and 1. And the Steelers lead the Bengals 38 with 9:38 to play in the 3rd.
Yeah, they'd hit the extra point, and they'd win it big, 34-11. Steelers crushed the Bengals. They're both still mathematically alive for the playoffs. That in a second. But for Mason Rudolph, first start for Pittsburgh since 2021, just his 3rd in the last 4 seasons. He was 17 of 27, 290, and those 2 scores to Pickens. And Rudolph was asked after the game if this is his best Christmas gift.
I don't know. I got a tree house when I was like 12, which was pretty cool, but this is definitely up there, yeah.
Yeah, that's a polite little answer there. He's right. The treehouse is definitely, that's awesome, right? On the other side, Jake Browning, he had 3 interceptions in the 3 games before. He had 3 interceptions today.
Fortunately, when you lose, it only counts as 1. It's unfortunate when you win that it only counts as 1. I don't know what the playoff and all that is. I've been kind of ignoring that in general. But there's a lot of quarterbacks that have had bad games. I obviously had a bad game. And so now it's a little bit of how do you respond. And so that's kind of where I'm at, and that's where we're at as a team.
Good thing for them, they will get the Chiefs off of a short week. Bad thing for them, they will go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Bengals fall to 8-7. Steelers will go to Seattle next week before finishing in Baltimore, also 8-7. 34-11 Pittsburgh over Cincy in game 1, 24-22 Buffalo over LA and the Chargers in game number 2. And we'll wrap it all up coming up. On the other side, you're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
Michael Fabiano here, and if you want even more excitement on game day, it's time to get on Prize Picks, the best way to win big on fantasy sports. Here's how it works. Just pick 2 to 6 players and choose more or less on their stats. If you get them right, you can win up to 25 times your cash. It's quick and easy to make your picks, and with fast and safe deposits and withdrawals, Prize Picks is the place to play this season. Prize Picks has awesome weekly promotions, and they're the only daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy, keeping you in the game even if one of your players goes down. Watch your entry update in real time and continue the fun by making picks on second half and fourth quarter stats. And right now, when you go to prizepicks.com/primetime and use code primetime, Prize Picks is matching your first deposit up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/primetime with code primetime for a 100% deposit match. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy, must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Wrapping up our Westwood 1 NFL doubleheader here on this special Saturday holiday weekend edition. Final score of game number 2. Buffalo into LA knocks off the Chargers 24-22. Tyler Bass, game-winning 28-yard field goal with 28 seconds to go. You've been listening to the NFL on Westwood 1, and tonight's broadcast sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by Wendy's, by Shopify, by AutoZone, by NFL.com, and by BetMGM, the official odds provider for Westwood 1. Please gamble responsibly. Want to thank our crew for tonight, our studio coordinator, Curtis Poindexter, studio producer, Brian Finkelstein, production assistants, Roy Robertson, Nick Pope, Dan Silverman, and Tyler Brewer, statistician Brian Dancel, spotter Sean Brenner, engineer Rick Cutler, production supervisor Aaron Cummins, coordinating producer is Mike Eby, and the executive producer of Westwood One Sports is Howard Deneroff. Join us again tomorrow night, Christmas Eve, when the Broncos try to keep their playoff hopes alive against the Patriots. 7:30 Eastern we get going. And then on Monday, it's a triple header. Chiefs host the Raiders, followed by the Giants and the Eagles. And then in the nightcap, a battle between the current number 1 seeds in the conferences as the Ravens travel to San Francisco to take on the Niners. Our triple header coverage kicks off at 12:30 Eastern. And then on Thursday night, it's the Browns and the Jets. And next Saturday, Lions and the Cowboys. You can tell we're heading down the stretch here. Playoff time. It's right around the corner. Catch all those games on most of these same stations on the NFL app. Streamed live for free on our website, westwoodonesports.com. Once again, final score from SoFi Stadium, 24-22. The Bills over the Chargers. And earlier today, Steelers beat the Bengals 34-11. Now for Ryan Radke and James Lofton, I'm Jason Horowitz. You've been listening to the NFL on Westwood One. Take care, folks.
Thanks for listening to the National Football League on Sirius XM. Now, let's join the NFL Radio postgame show.